Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of Morphs in the Swamp. This is our Forge in the Dark actual play hack based on the Animorphs book series done by At the Forefronts. Nightbot will let you know about that. I would like to begin today that we are gathered here on the unseceded land of the coastal Squamish people, this coastal Salish people of British Columbia, and just want to let y'all know that's where we stream from. So that being said, let's go ahead and go around the cast and introduce everyone that's playing in our game today and the characters. And the question that I would like to ask you today that I didn't think about until this exact moment is what is your character's comfort food, if that's okay with everyone? Yeah, cool beans. And we will start clockwise with Anna.
Hey, I'm Anna, aka Archival Despony around most of the internet. I'm playing Riley, whose pronouns are she, hers. She's one of the Estrenes for our team. Band geek, all around fantasy nerd. And her comfort food is, I hate going first on these. We'll say Kringle, because she is from Racine.
What's Kringle?
It is an amazing dessert.
It's delicious. It is not common here. The only place I've ever seen it is Trader Joe's, but it's delicious.
What is it?
It's a pastry.
Okay, it's a pastry. Okay, I'll have to go look it up.
It's like a real puff pastry. It usually has like fruit filling and then like icing on top. It's shaped like a cake.
Yeah, or pecan filling. It's
Okay.
Yeah, Racine has the largest Danish population outside of
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Europe,
it's a Dane food.
So it's very popular.
Lot like a kolache, but it's not. It's not a
No,
kolache.
not even close. It's It's like the size and shape of a king cake.
Okay, cool. Okay. Anyway, cool. Next we have Nick.
I'm Nick. I'm playing Tony, who is our football player, and his comfort food would be actual, like, baked in the oven mac and cheese, not like the blue box
with
Kraft.
the Ritz crackers on top.
Yeah, that's the one.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
I think I'm next.
Yes,
I can't remember. My memory does not
Yes.
last past a day. I'm Katie. You know me as Katie Face all over the internet. I'm playing Penelope. We both use she, her pronouns. Penelope is the Joker and also the resident cheerleader and daredevil driver. And yeah. And I think her comfort food is her mom's lasagna.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
I believe I am next.
Yes.
My name is Ali. My character is Javier. We both are he, hims. And his favorite food is also a dessert because, those are just little special treats. He loves arroz con leche, which is directly translated to milk rice. It's good. It's a sweet treat. Delightful. And he's your prince.
I am Nyx. I am playing Heather, everyone's favorite lesbian tomboy huntress.
Yes.
Who's the second Estrene in the group, mostly because she's a dog person. And I'm going to bring the regional flair. And I'm going to say her comfort food is either a good chicken and sausage jambalaya or gumbo with sweet potatoes in it. No tomatoes in either of those.
No tomatoes.
I just want to point that out.
Tomatoes
If there's
don't
tomatoes
exist
in it, it's
no.
BS.
This is no tomatoes. Nice. Hi,
Proper
everyone.
Cajun.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for coming. I am Valdrian. This is my channel. I am your storyteller for the evening. I am she, they. Even I forgot on my own pronouns on my own frame, but it's okay. I'm not important. These people are. My comfort food in general. Like gumbo is up there. Like gumbo is always up there. But my real thing that brings me true joy is dark chocolate almonds. I will never they will never leave my life. They're my favorite thing in the world. Like I don't eat candy. Like this is my candy. It's candy. Let's be real. It's just M&Ms with almonds inside of them. And with that, who wants to? I would like to get a sort of like a review from last week from the players because I want to know what you remember as players because that's what is important to you. So who would like to give a little review from last week?
If you don't mind, I remember I took notes. So last week, it was started off as a nice normal day in the cafe until a dog nearly got run over. Obviously, the logical thing to do is for everyone to crowd the dog and see if it's okay. We did that. We hustled some cops. We broke into the school. We shot some people. At least someone did. And we also broke a car by running it into a giant bladed alien. After that, we went to the gay club, and that's about it.
You kind of missed out that you actually acquired your first morph, which was a person.
I did. I acquired the lovely Heather.
A person.
What did you just call me?
Lovely. Okay. Does anyone have anything to add to that?
Well, now Riley's car is wanted on the news.
Yes.
That was our big thing we left off with.
Dog guide was the quarterback of the team, and his sister is now MIA, presumably taken over.
And we got the cube. That's how we all. That's how we all learn to transform.
Mm-hmm. Yes, y'all did. Where are my notes? Like, geez, I am not together today, apparently.
Uh-oh.
No, it's fine. I am together. Yeah, so that pretty much sums it up. You had a group of teenagers that were just seemingly doing normal stuff and now have been told about a secret war that's been going on in their hometown, in their state, in their country, on their planet, where brain-stealing alien slugs are infesting the local population. That's about all they got, and that their friend, who is a forever dog currently, somehow gave them the ability to also become animals. I have a very important question for all of you. Who took Dimitri's home with them?
Not it.
I think Penelope did.
Yeah.
That's what I was assuming.
Okay. It's like, who is he going to stay with during this trying time? Because he's just
she
a
snuck him in because her dad is allergic to dogs.
Oh no, Dad.
Ooh, hijinks.
We're gonna have to move him to Heather's where there's dog pens.
Yeah, that's probably not a terrible idea. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start and going into the next day. All of you are exhausted, waking up in your homes, or if you didn't go home that night, wherever you woke up for. Did anyone the night before ever look at, like, or even this morning, are turning on, like, the television? Other than Riley, because we all know Riley's car is having,
Is it a school day?
The TV in the bar.
It's a Saturday.
I've seen it.
What time is the football practice? Because we lost and therefore are probably going to have to deal with practice regardless of anything.
There is no practice today on Saturday.
Okay.
You do get your weekends. You know, like, especially after a game, like, you're gonna get your Saturday. Football practice is usually after school.
I think it's a big deal in Penelope's house that they have breakfast together on the weekends,
Mhm.
Saturdays and Sundays. So I think there's a little, you know how back in the 90s you would have like the little mini TV in the kitchen, like the little
Yeah.
TV area. Yeah. So I think that's turned on low to the news, and like she's having pancakes with her mom and her dad.
Cool. Penelope, you see like the morning news of KLPB is in BC is like sort of on this minute. It's turned low, but like your parents are like the type that will put the closed captions on, like particularly because it's turned low. And there are two news stories. One, there was a terrorist attack on the baseball on the minor league baseball field last night, that may or may not have also be connected to an incident that was at the school football field. And there is a vehicle of interest, and it is, in fact, the make and model and year of Riley's car. And if anyone has any information, to call the police department with any tips that they have. So you're seeing this like in the morning as you're like looking at the TV, and your dad is Dean is just kind of like he sips like his coffee, which is clearly the community brand, if we're gonna be honest here, and is like, what's the world coming to?
I don't know. That's mighty scary.
Um,
Penelope's face is like just straight as can be, like white. She's white, but she's
Mhm.
like just showing no emotion.
No emotion. Like you're just like, this is really scary, Daddy.
This is really scary.
Like, just think if that would have happened any sooner. Like it could
have happened while there was a game going on or something.
I know. I hope everything. I mean, I'm a donor to that field. I'm gonna make sure everything is correct. But
If
Holds up
you'll
his
excuse
paper.
me for just a minute, Daddy, I'll be right back. And she like doesn't wait for an answer, hops up,
Mhm.
goes to the foyer, like where the front door is, and grabs the phone that's there, and immediately starts looking through the phone book to find Wagner
Yeah.
because she wants to call Riley, and she does.
Gotcha.
She doesn't have Riley's numbers, but she's just immediately looking through the phone book to call Riley.
Riley, when did you and your mom move to this town?
It was within the last year, so I don't know that they would be in the phone book yet. It depends.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking too. Your
Oh, we're the fall, aren't we?
yeah. So as this is September, we're not.
Is
quite
there a
back-
school directory?
Yes.
Remember-
Oh, her mom would totally be in the PTA and have a school directory.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when she can't find Wagner, or she can't find like a Wagner that she trusts is the Wagner she's looking
Yeah.
for, she gets out the school directory
Gotcha.
and is going to call the Wagner residence.
Yeah. So Riley, you hear probably waking you up if you had gone to sleep that night. What are you doing in the morning?
I didn't sleep much because every time I closed my eyes, I think I saw the image of me looking over my shoulder and seeing Javier below
Oh no.
the other person's foot off. But I think I'm definitely awake at this point. Saturday mornings are when I do my like pseudo part-time job. I go with my mom to the zoo to help prep the birds for all the educational programming for the weekend. It's like the time during the week that we spend together. So I'm probably awake getting ready for that if we haven't left already.
Yeah, so the phone is ringing and your mom is going to answer the phone before you do, because first of all, who's like, if somebody is calling her house this early in the morning, it's most likely about the zoo, right? So she answers and you hear this very not southern accent answer Penelope. And it's just like, Wagner residence.
Miss Wagner, is Riley there? Can I speak to her? This is Penelope Winters.
Oh, sure. Penelope? And like she says this while looking over at Riley because like Riley's never mentioned a Penelope before to her. So Penelope, and she's like pointing at the phone for Riley to see, like to make sure it's like okay for her to pass the phone to you.
Yeah, reach out for him. Like, yeah, she's from
Okay.
school.
And she goes, "All right, I'll be waiting for you in the truck, because your mom has a work truck, not a work car, because she works with animals. Sometimes she's got to go pick up wildlife and on the field. So, yeah, she goes and leaves the house. The How did you park your car? Like, where did you park it? Did you park it in? There's a garage with like that with a door that opens and closes that has a spot for like two vehicles, but your mom's car like truck was not like well, your mom has like a normal person car that probably belonged to your dad at some point that they just didn't get rid of, and like her work truck is like outside parked on the street or in the driveway. Where did you park your car?
Oh, good girl.
Definitely in the garage.
Okay, yeah, she doesn't go through the garage to get to like the front street to her truck, so she does not see
Like
the state of
pulled
your car.
as far forward as I could pull it forward
Yeah,
to
she
put
doesn't.
that
She
damaged
has
part
not
like in the
discovered
corner.
the state of your car at this point. Yeah, so yeah, commence.
Hello.
Riley, first off, I'm really sorry about your car.
Mhm.
I do. If you can bring it by today, my dad's off and he can get it fixed. I promise. But two, have you seen the news?
So I look. Has my mom gone out the door yet?
Yeah, she's outside. Mm-hmm.
So I'll check and seeing that she's gone outside. Yes, I've seen the news. I cannot bring my car by. They're looking for it.
I mean, they didn't get your plates, right?
No, but it's a damaged car that they're looking for.
Shit. And she like when she says it, she immediately puts her hand over her mouth because she's scared her parents will hear her curse. She's just like,
Yeah, it's adorable. I love it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to think of a plan here. What if I could I get you the money somehow?
Demetrius told us it could be anybody. It could be the mechanic we bring it to. We can't do anything about it right now.
Yeah, you're right.
It was reckless. You put me in danger. You put my mom in danger.
I know. I was just trying to save someone. I'm sorry.
We can't do anything about it for now. It's hidden in the garage. It should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just ride my bike for now.
Well, I mean, I can pick you up if you need to go anywhere.
Oh.
Find out if we're all meeting today. I have to go with my mom to the zoo, but I can meet afterwards.
Okay. I'll start an AIM group message then with everybody.
Okay. Let me know, and I'll just hang up the phone.
Penelope feels so bad. But she's gonna rush back to her room, totally ignoring breakfast, and she's gonna boot up her computer, which I imagine, it's like the old boxy big computer.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, I think they have a computer room.
Yeah, they definitely
That's more.
have a computer.
That's more like it's not that she has a computer in her room. They have a computer room.
Yeah. So do you have an old Mac or do you have like the Windows 98?
Oh, I think it's Windows.
Okay.
I think her dad really likes that Bill Gates guy.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty okay guy.
I think that they have a computer room, and it's like the kind of room that you step down to get into. Like it's like one of those old classic 90s houses.
Yes.
Yeah, she gets on the computer and it boots up, takes forever. You hear the classic internet
insert dial-up noises.
Boo, boo. Yeah, and like they have a second line for the internet, so they're pretty hoity-toity.
Yeah, absolutely hoity-toity. Right.
But
and it's not 36K, it's 52K. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the good stuff. It's the stuff that costs a lot of money. And I think she starts up a group message with everyone.
around this time while you actually are starting up the group message from your, you don't know where it's coming from, you're assuming from it's from your bedroom, but you hear in thought speak, and you're just like, I really have to pee.
Oh,
Coffee.
like I've got to go, please. And like from some point,
There you
like
go,
in the
babe.
kitchen, because you never went back to the kitchen, your mom just kind of pipes out, and she's like, no, not even your mom, like there's just like your dad just sneezes. Like, so the group message is started, but there is this immediate problem that's in your
yeah,
face here.
Penelope is going to run back to her room and look at Demetrius and be like, okay, I know, just hold on.
Is that pancakes?
And she's going to try to lead him through the house to the sliding door to let him out in the backyard.
Go ahead and give me a fortune roll of some way to kind of see if you can't.
That's just one, right?
You can also use a skill. It's just like it's not like it doesn't have like the other steps to it.
Nah, I don't have anything.
Okay, so you can just give me like a go ahead and give me a why did I call it? Why is it called boot on here? It's meant to type body, but or is it body? It's not. Go ahead and just give me a like an insight. Just give me a straight insight, as if you were trying to move around your family.
Yeah, it's just a 2.
A 2.
Yeah.
As you're trying to like maneuver this poor, like this dog through, like your mom, like your dad has like his back towards you, but your mom is like looking over her shoulder, and she looks over and she doesn't say anything. Like, there's like this moment where she's like got pancake in her mouth, and there's like a big old poof in it. Do a like a consort or a sway for me on that one.
I'll do a sway because I have 2
Yeah.
points in sway. Like, I'm your favorite. I'm your only daughter.
I'm your only daughter.
A 6.
All right, perfect. That is a straight up success. So she's just starts to like distract your dad with like conversation about like, well, I mean, if they're gonna have terrorist attacks over Penelope's school, maybe we should transfer her to Ash. I don't think that, you know, St. Bernard is where she should be going, kind of thing. Your dad's like, public school, never. Like,
the whole Penelope's not even paying attention. She is just rushing Demetrius out the door and sliding it shut behind her.
Oh man, like he goes and he does all of his business. Like he has not gone like
Penelope's
since
just
he's
like, oh,
probably
gross.
turned into an animal. Like, and y'all gave him a lot of water last night. So
yeah, Penelope can't make the disconnect from Demetrius is now a dog to that was Demetrius that she knew, and she's just like, oh, gross.
Oh no. And he's like, oh man, that you just hear in your head, it's like, yes. Finally.
Okay, that's enough. It's not that big of a deal.
Have you ever had to hold in everything?
I mean, I've been on long car rides before.
Okay, well, but not as a dog, is he? Like, and he's like,
Okay, well, look, I think she has a fenced-in backyard.
Yeah, for sure.
Like with
like your neighbors come by and they're like, "Hi, Penelope!" on their walk with their little poodles and their Great Danes, and they're wonderful. Like people are walking their dogs at this time of day, and they're like, "That's a cutie!" Like,
thank you, Miss Watson.
Okay?
I think she has like the above ground big pool.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've got like the patio furniture, like the deck built around it, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, You can stay here for as long as you want. Nothing will mess with you. My dad's probably gonna throw a fit, but I can talk him into anything.
All right. I kind
Do you
of,
need like food or something?
yeah. I'm a dog. Like I'm still like a living, breathing thing. Um, I don't know how. I'd smell bacon and sausage. Is that?
Yeah, I'll get you some bacon and sausage. Don't worry about it.
Are you gonna go meet the others?
Yeah, do you want to go?
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get you fed, and then I'll see what everyone else is up to, and we'll plan something to meet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He
I
like
might have
sits
to
there.
put you on a leash. I'm sorry, but there are leash laws.
Yeah, I know. I have a dog. Had a dog. I'm my dog. I am my own dog right now. I'm having an existential crisis.
I'll I'll make sure
Oh
everything's all
no.
right.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think she goes back.
Before you go, he's just gonna say it's like I'm really gonna need your help soon.
Yeah, I know, and we're gonna do all we can to help you. I promise.
Thanks, Penelope. You're my favorite.
I think she goes back in, and with the help of her mom, manages to get out some sausage.
Your mom is like, what is going on? She doesn't even. She goes, "What the friend, Penelope?"
I found him last night, and I just fell in love with those big dopey eyes.
I mean, yeah, but like, there's a reason we have cats.
I know, but look, I think that if I keep him outside, it won't bother Daddy as much, and then it'll be fine.
This is Louisiana. He's gonna overheat at some point.
Well, we can get him a doghouse. Look, I think this is a really good test of my responsibility before I go to college next year.
And what happens when you go to college? You get to leave the dog with us.
Yeah, what else am I gonna do with it?
Penelope, we will talk about this later. Your daddy is going to work. Like, I know he doesn't. He does half days on Saturdays sometimes. Like, there was like an emergency at the plant, so like your dad has to like go do something. He's like left already. But there is like this one like scene and moment where like that same neighbor, it's like, Dean, he's such a cutie. Like, and your dad will have like this confused look on his face. Let's go ahead and real quick, let's go ahead and cut from there. What are the other three of you doing? Like, what's going on?
Well, if we're going through this now,
Mm-hmm.
Javier has not gone to sleep yet. He stayed up all night, kind of putting together some plans and some ideas for what to do next, what's going on. He's just really trying to evaluate everything that happened and not let it give him a panic attack. Is easiest way to do that is to just figure out what's what.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at this point that he realized it's already the daytime and he hasn't had the chance to test his power out, and he's figured he's going to do that now, if that's okay.
Your might.
Yeah.
All right. He goes to his bathroom. He has a bathroom that connects to his room. Closes the door, and he just stares into the mirror and tries to change.
Oh, no.
All right. So you're just like, I'm gonna be Heather. So the first thing, like, you're staring into the mirror and like you don't notice a lot at first. Like, you just kind of, but the first thing you kind of start to notice is that your hair starts to grow. It's the same, it's very similar in color to your, but it just kind of starts to like grow. Your muscle definitions begin to change, your eyes change color, your skin lightens, you feel a little bit of like your bones kind of like crunching a little bit because like each Heather is shaped different from you. you have this something feels different than before because your hormones are changing, your perception of yourself is changing, your body shape is changing. You're changing sexes even as a human being. But the thing that is there that is a little unsettling, and I'm not going to make you roll in a tune for this because you're not trying to like overpower an animal instinct, because the human and animal instinct is not different. But there is very distinctly not like the memories that Heather has or anything like that. Like none of that was copied. But in almost like sharing your mind space, like your brain's space, is the personality of Heather. Like she
Okay.
is like existing there, and there's like a moment where like your brain as Javier, your male Javier brain, and this Heather female brain are like existing like in the same body.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he's fully transformed now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he starts to.
Congrats,
Right.
you're a bitchy lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I've always wanted
Mm-hmm.
to be this, but he looks into the mirror and just kind of inspects himself. He doesn't do the check the titties thing. He doesn't do that. It's
he
just
doesn't like yeah.
No, but he's just looking at himself. He's really focused on the hair, and after a while, he starts to look at his skin and just kind of, I don't know, get lost in the fact that he is so different looking now. That his skin color was a big part of his personality, or of his identity, and now he looks like his mom, and he's just kind of staring at this for a little while.
Nix's face.
Like your mom?
Yeah, you look like my mom.
Your mom.
Yeah, a much younger version of my mom, but yes.
Honestly, as you kind of like think, like I kind of look like your mom. There is like a thing in the back of your head that goes, "What do you mean, like your mom?" Like Heather's brain reacts to this.
I think he sort of has a little conversation with himself regarding that sort of thing. Like, of course I do. I mean, I look a lot more like them now, at least. And like he chuckles to himself, but after a few seconds, he starts to kind of scowl. He gets real uncomfortable and upset, and I think he has a bit of a angry lashing out. Like he just starts throwing shit. He starts freaking out, and goes to his bed, picks up his pillow, and just kind of screams into it for a little while. And
that hormone influx, yo.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not. Who knows? Maybe he also just remembered all the shit that happened last night and realized, oh no, this is 100% real.
This is real. Yeah.
Where
are your moms?
Yeah, I think they're probably downstairs getting ready for the day. I think he finished his little tantrum with like an angry cry. And I don't know if this is okay with you, but I think he tries to change back.
Yeah.
And I think he does so by like wiping away the face like it was makeup. Like he tries to just pull away and get back to himself.
You don't technically like have control of how your body changes or what changes first. That is very specific. So like you try to like wipe away your face thinking about yourself. And you want like the face to go away, but it's not the first thing that goes away. You get almost like the bulk of your body back before anything else, right? And just because I'm a terrible person, the last thing that looks like you as you turn back is your facial structure. And as like as that facial structure kind of like returns back to normal, so does the brain. of this animal that you turned into, essentially, also like fades away to wherever it's stored.
Right. Yeah, I think as it fades away, he's still, trying to wipe it off like it was like stage makeup, just trying to help himself along. And I think the last thing is just his mouth. It finally turns back, and it goes from being that scowl to just a very indifferent little smile. And then he starts getting ready, cleans up his room, and does whatever, goes to see his mom's.
Yeah, your parents, they look up at you as they come down. Like it's I imagine like y'all aren't the like Penelope's family where you're all sort of have breakfast together kind of thing. Or on a Saturday, like you have I gotta look at your mom's sheets again. Your moms Janice and Carol are incredibly busy. Like Carol is in a hurry because Saturday is definitely a landscaping day, right?
Right.
And she is she's got her overalls on, she's getting her stuff together, she's got a piece of toast in her mouth, and she's like, I gotta go, and she like leans over to your other mom and like excuse me, Janice kisses her on the cheek, and then she goes over you and like leans over to you for you to give her one on her cheek, like
yeah, okay. And it gives her a little kiss.
Right, and she's off, and Janice has her cup of coffee and sighs and like looks over you, and she goes, "You had a girl upstairs?"
No, don't worry. I was just having a little bit of an issue this morning, a little trouble,
It didn't sound like you.
It was the morning. Sometimes it messes with your throat. I don't know. It was just a really stressful night. I was hanging out with Riley and some new people. I'm never good with new people.
You okay?
Yeah. Hey, actually, so don't get mad or anything, but while we were hanging out, Riley's car got kind of messed up. I think everything's gonna be fine. No one got hurt or anything, but like, is there any? I don't like to ask, but could I borrow some money? I want to try and help. Everyone's gonna try and help, I think, to fix it up.
Sure. I love Riley. It's like everyone's like, it's like she goes to like her handbag and pulls out a check. It's like, how much do you need, honey?
The I think mostly just the headlights got kind of messed up. So I don't know, whatever.
Check. And she pulls out like a 20 and gives it to you. It's the 90s, y'all.
Okay. He takes it and says, "Thanks, Mom," and he goes in for a hug.
And she hugs you back.
And then I take her. DNA. My other mom left, right? Yeah, I take her DNA then.
Ollie, you absolute madman.
What in the world? Yeah.
So ballsy.
It's part of the plan. It's one of the plans.
You, in the same, like you're hugging her, and part of your skin is touching her skin, and that's kind of like all that like matters, sort of thing. Like you might be holding her elbow, and like the same thing sort of happened last time with Heather, and that she goes into a trance as long as like you were acquiring her. Is the word we will use.
I like a Pokemon. Gotta catch them all.
It's the actual language used in the book. You acquire DNA. Because changing it is, I take her. I was like, that's your mom, sir.
It was a poor choice of word. I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, she sort of like goes into a trance. It's her day off. She works at the college, right? Is she a doctor at one of the schools?
I think while she's in a trance and we're hugging, I'm just gonna whisper into her ear because I know that you kind of immediately forget what's going on, and just like, hey, I'm sorry. I hope this doesn't really come up, but I just really need your help later. Maybe. And then I, go away and pretend nothing happened.
You sort of like when you kind of come away, she still remains like around 10 seconds, and she, sorry, I got kind of dizzy there for a minute. I'm probably too much caffeine. I should switch to tea. As she puts her coffee cup down. Any plans for the weekend?
Oh, like I said, I think I'm just gonna try and get together with my, and then he pauses, new friends, and maybe fix up Riley's car if we can.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good luck, and if you need any more help, just let me know.
You know, you're the first person I'll call.
I love you, sweetie.
I love you too. And then he rushes away.
Great. Nick or Heather, what about y'all?
Well, I know what I was planning, but if you're ready, go for it.
Rock, paper.
Oh.
What? It's a tie! No!
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Slate.
On 3.
Are y'all okay?
1, 2, 3. You win.
Okay, Heather first. Let's go.
Unmute.
You're muted. You're muted. You are muted. You are straight up muted on Zoom. Yep.
I'm bad.
Yep.
So first you have to understand a little bit about the LeBlanc family complex.
Okay. The complex.
The main house, which is this little 2-bedroom house that like her grandparents built. And then there's like another room that's attached to that. That's like a bedroom and a laundry room. There are 3 trailers, barn, and like another semi barn that's the dog kennels.
Gotcha.
And she and her youngest brother, who is like a year and 4 months older than her, in one of the trailers.
All right, cool. That sounds.
And her brother happens to be in Baton Rouge visiting one of her other brothers for the weekend, so she's got it herself. So she's just kind of lounging around in her jammies, eating Lucky Charms. She's got her dog and her brother's dog, Hershey and Stormy. Stormy's her dog, Black Lab. Hershey is obviously a chocolate lab. Letting them hang out in the house with them. So she's just kind of lounging on the sofa with like a cheap. I don't want. We're going Coors Light. I can't bring my Natty Light. I can't.
You could Miller High Life. Like you just have the champagne and beer.
She's drinking a Zima.
Okay, like curse this stream. Thank you. All right, drinking your Zima early in the morning with Lucky Charms.
She's drinking. We'll go let's go Miller High Life. She's drinking Miller High Life in the little tiny bottles.
Okay.
And she's sitting there. She's sitting. You know that. You know how queer people can't sit straight. She's sprawled. And she's got like one dog draped over one leg and the other is like curled up here under her arm. And she's petting Stormy and watching like this beat up VHS of The Princess Bride. And she is going to sit for a minute and think, and she's going to look in Stormy's eyes. And then she's going to try to acquire Stormy's DNA.
Oh, yeah. Stormy's the Black Lab, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, you reach out, you touch Stormy, and we're going to count this as one of your downtime actions, actually. Because one of the downtime actions in Morphs in the Dark is acquiring a new morph. That doesn't require you to break into a place like a zoo. So, which technically would also have been one of Javier's downtime actions. So you get 2 downtime actions. each time around, or you get to spend rep to take more actions. That just has to be a group thing. But yeah, we'll count this as one of your downtime actions. And yeah, same thing. Stormy goes into like this weird trance, the one that you went into before, and now you're like, oh, that's why I lost a few minutes of myself, kind of thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna look back at Stormy, make sure Stormy's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stormy's fine.
Good girl? You all right?
She just like wags her tail because she's
Who's your good girl?
super.
Who's my good girl?
She's
Who's your good girl? And
she's-
she starts doing the
okay.
ear scritches.
Yes.
And then
Sorry,
she
I love
starts-
pretending to be dogs. Leave me alone.
Or she starts one and she's like, "Oh, you're a good boy. Don't worry. You're such a good boy."
Mm-hmm.
Like she's like got one hand up petting one dog, one hand petting the other.
Yep.
And she's gonna look over. They have like a bad like literally the furniture in this trailer. There's 2 bedrooms, and then there's a center like living kitchen area.
Mm-hmm.
And in the living area, they have a desk that, I mean, most of the furniture looks like it got picked off the side of the road. There's like 2 busts,
so many hand-me-downs.
Easy boys.
Yeah.
Like a sofa that's partially duct taped. There's a bunch of
Mhm.
banders on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
2 acoustic guitars hung on the wall as well.
Mm-hmm.
And a TV and a busted up VCR, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But she's looking at the desk because they have a computer that they share.
Mm-hmm.
It's like compact because 90s.
Yeah.
And she's like, and probably should. And she's gonna go and she's gonna check AIM.
You log in and there's a group message. There is a group that you were invited to join, made by, I forgot what Penelope's screen name was. Penelope, what's your screen name?
Dopey Lopey.
Dopey Lopey. There it is. From Dopey Lopey, an invite to a group chat.
Might as well. So she's gonna accept.
You accept. Nobody has typed anything in the group chat just yet, but we can maybe frame this as around the same time that Penelope finally gets back to her computer. So Penelope, what is the message, the first message that you're sending, especially now that you see that Heather is online? What is the first message you're sending to the group?
It's just really, hey y'all, this is Penelope.
Please.
And I'm gonna put, you know, we should all probably get together. My brother's gone for the weekend and I've got the trailer to myself. Why don't y'all come over for a beer? Wink, wink.
Penelope immediately types back, I don't drink. I think it's gone like over her head a little bit. Yeah.
She's like, I got a couple of different Cokes in the fridge.
I think Penelope sits there and sort of waits to see if anyone else is responding, and then says, all right, well, what's your address?
And she's gonna type the address in. The trailer with the blue door.
Penelope jots it down on a piece of paper.
Make sure you bring your dog.
She jots it down on a piece of paper because you don't have like phones, you know.
And then she also puts, everybody also bring $5 for pizza.
Yeah,
that's fair.
PJs, y'all.
Yeah, she gets up and I think since they have this like plan to go to Heather's house now, she goes out and she's going to start the process of like telling her mom where she's going.
Yeah.
Getting the dog. And we said that she drives like a 96 Camry, and then we said
like an 89 Camry
89
station wagon, I think is what it is. Or wait, that was the one
that was Riley's car.
That's Riley's car. You drive the 96 Camry.
I drive the 96 Camry. Yeah, just a little car.
Yeah.
And it's probably really uncomfortable for Dimitri in the back, but she
He's
loads
super happy
up
for car to go for a ride.
She rolls a window down for him.
But there's a moment he's like, "Oh man, we're going for a ride." Your mom like will make like a note and she'll be like, "Is he okay? Like he's got like something pretty bad on his leg."
I plan on taking him to the vet first thing Monday.
Okay, I mean, and she kind of double takes and looks at the address that she gave her, and she goes, because this is kind of like on the outskirts of town almost, the complex, and she goes, "Oh, this is the dog breeder complex."
Yeah, my friend Heather lives there.
And your mom like has a moment as she looks over and she goes, "Heather LeBlanc?"
Yeah, Heather.
He is silent. It's LeBlanc.
Yeah, I know, but she's gonna say LeBlanc because she's not Cajun. She is a redneck, a very fancy redneck.
She wears pearls and has French
Exactly.
manicure.
Exactly. So she says the C, and she's just like, "Penelope, are you gay?"
What are you talking about, Mama?
Like, it's just, I'm in the PTA, right? It's just that, like, that Heather girl, and your mom has no filter when it comes to this. Like, there isn't that the, like, don't out children kind of rule back in this area. And she goes, this Heather girl, she goes to the gay club. You know that, right? She's a lesbian.
Mama, I don't care what Heather is and isn't. We're friends. It's all that matters. Didn't you and Daddy teach me that only Jesus can judge?
Right, but that is true. Only Jesus can judge, honey. But I'm just saying,
You being really, really awful judgmental right now.
I'm not judging her for being gay, honey. All I'm saying is that, just don't go kissing any girls while you're at the dog complex, okay?
Mama, I don't kiss anybody.
Okay, that's my girl. And she like pats you on the back. Like, be safe and have fun. Here's $10 for pizza.
Yeah, Penelope rolls her eyes. Is like, "Thanks, Mom. I love you." And
Love you
she
too.
goes and gets in the car. And she's not going straight to Heather. She's going to the zoo.
Gotcha. Cool. And before we go to like that, Heather, are you gonna try out your dog morph in around this time, or are you gonna wait for everyone to sort of gather?
I'm going to, right after I try the message, I'm gonna go ahead and try it.
You're gonna try it? Okay.
I'm gonna go in my bedroom and close the door so I don't freak the dogs out.
That's some good instincts there. Okay. So here's what's up. You're in a stream. And the Estrine actually can kind of control how a morph goes and what changes first. Like they actually have a little of talent when it comes for that. In fact, you don't know this, but it's almost an art form amongst the aliens that invented this technology. So you tell me, Heather, what does it look like? Not how does it feel like. I'm going to let you know how it feels. What does it look like when you start to turn into your dog storming?
First off, because she doesn't want to fall on her face, she's going to go ahead and like get on the floor.
Okay.
Like on her knees, kind of crouched, not like on, like,
Yeah.
Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I did Becky Fisher. I can do this. She's going to take a deep breath and she's just going to kind of whoosh it. I don't know how whoosh it's going to be.
All right. I'll try and describe some stuff for you. Okay. It's a little bit, it's still it's a disturbing experience, but you can't. Is your mirror anywhere near you?
Yeah, she's got a full length mirror on, like the closet doors or mirror,
Yeah.
like they're sliding mirrored doors.
Yeah. So because that like you're like on the floor and like it's in your head that you don't want to fall over, the first thing that happens is you feel your knees pop in reverse.
Ooh.
Like it doesn't hurt you, but they just like they because human beings have like front facing knees, whereas like quadrupedal dogs have like that sort of elbow like knee. It just like does that, and all of a sudden like you have like the ability to just stand on your fours, and as you sort of like begin that transformation, like the fur doesn't quite come in, like it's almost like you go bald first, like your body hair just shrinks back into your body and then begins to regrow like the short coarse black hair, and for a second there you kind of look like a furry, like this weird werewolf thing. And the pads begin to form on your feet so that you have a little bit more balance. Your thumbs will escalate from your hands to sort of like up to your wrists, right, to form the dew claw, and your nails grow and harden before your snout begins to elongate, and as like your face sort of comes into like this dog form and your eyesight changes, like the senses now start to come to you. One, your nose kicks in like that, like your hearing kicks in like once like your inner ear changes and the cavities there begin to change, and then your eyesight, it's not black and white prior to what a lot of people um think that dogs see. It's more of a red green colorblind sort of thing, but at the same time it's very sharp. Like it's not like it's not better or worse than your own vision, but there's like a sharpness to it. But compared to your other senses, it's mute. And I need you to roll in a tune.
What am I rolling?
A tune.
Okay. I've got 2 in that.
A 2? Yeah, so roll 2 dice. 2 dice.
2 4s.
2 4s. All right, so partial success with this. Like as you sort of exist there as a dog, like your clothes are like everywhere, like you're kind of tangled in them, in your pajamas even. But that dog brain sort of like starts to encroach on your own, like this animal. You're not just you're sharing all of its body, including who this animal is. And the first thing that Stormy, this dog, recognizes through all of her senses is that she can smell and hear 2 other dogs in her house. And there's a moment like she like you perk up and like look and you kind of go, but a part of you go, Stormy, down. And like your brain is like able to just like overcome Stormy's brain, and you are now in control of both your mind and her body.
I'm gonna look in the mirror and kind of do the, that dogs do.
Yeah.
And then do like shake, like she's just like, what the?
Yeah. Morph clock starts.
And then like in her head, she's like, who's a good girl? And she watches the ears perk up and the tail wag. Just all right, this shit's weird in her head, and she tries to go back because it's weird.
Yeah.
Weird to her for a second.
Yeah, you go back pretty quickly. The only thing like that was able to like sort of go with your body was like your underwear. Like you're, depending on what kind of underwear you wear. You were in your pajamas. I assume you weren't wearing a bra because she sleeps in their bra. That's dumb. Like But like, so you're just like there, like mostly naked, like, okay, you did this.
All right. I'm gonna get dressed and have another beer.
Yeah, and we're gonna cut to Nick. Nick, what are you doing? Well, Tony. Yeah.
So I wake up a little late because I did a lot of exercise yesterday. I attacked a giant alien thing and tried to run away from it. But eventually I get up and remember to check the computer where I see these messages have
You just see
happened.
this whole conversation. Like,
additionally, my cat, my large Tom Hobbs, jumps on my lap because
is
I'm
he
now
a big
sitting.
orange kitty?
Of course he is. This is the 90s, and it would be my cat. So
Yes.
of course its name is Hobbs, and it's large and
Nice.
orange. So I'm gonna read the messages and pet the cat, and of course try to acquire it after a few minutes of thinking about it.
Yeah, you're able to acquire this cat in as one of your downtime actions. Yeah, and again, goes just trances in your lap, like, and whenever you pull away and you're done, stays like that, and then when he kind of comes back to you, he's like, "Man, I've had enough of this," because he's a cat, right?
Yeah.
And like just like jumps off and like swirls through and goes to find wherever.
He's the Tom of the area. He's outdoors, so he's gonna go beat up some other cat and declare his dominance. Then I'm going to go to the. Actually, first I have to go talk to my parents. Hey, can I borrow the car, Dad?
Yeah, where you going?
The folks I was out with last night wanted to get another little meetup. They were asking me to bring some stuff, so.
Weren't you at Dennis last night?
Wait, what was that? Sorry,
Weren't you with Dennis last night?
Afterwards, some. God damn it, Tony's so bad at lying. So he kind of just deers in the headlights. He's like, lie to parents, activate something. One of the
and all of a sudden, like, there's like a moment. Sorry, I'm going to go look. So your dad's name is Simon. So Simon and Valerie are both like hanging out. Like a moment, like your mom, just kind of goes, "Were you with a girl last night?"
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
It's so close to homecoming. Like, are you trying to get a date?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So who is it? Tell Mama.
Oh God.
They're Southern. Everyone's nosy.
Oh no, 100%. I was expecting it. I just
like your mom is like beaming right now.
Oh no,
like,
this was entirely expected.
She's already like in her head, just gonna be like, she's getting the Polaroid ready. Like she's like, "Ooh, you gotta know what color dress." That she's
it's even worse. Tony's never actually gone out with a girl, so this is.
No, that's exactly why she's excited.
And now he's gonna have to throw a friend under the bus.
Yeah,
it's very sad. It was that cheerleader Penelope. You guys have seen her. She's. I'm sorry.
She's so cute. She's so cute. I like her. I see her at the games all the time. Yes, and like your dad just like kind of walks over to you, like pats you on the back. It's like, attaboy.
He's bright red, and they're going to think it's for one thing, but
and she goes, honey, we're embarrassing him. But hold on a second. She just gets out the Polaroid and like takes a picture of you, and she like just as it comes out like writes on it, we find out that Tony likes a girl. She has a bulletin board of all moments that she thinks is important in the kitchen with Polaroids, and it's usually just you standing there very awkwardly and embarrassed. Kind of ordeal. And then your dad's like, of course you can borrow the car anytime, but hey, front seats only.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. They're bucket seats, so. His dad is a Firebird.
Heck yeah.
Like, your dad totally has a Firebird. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, alright, hands you the keys. You want some
Thanks,
breakfast?
Dad. And then I'm gonna stop by that store that sells alcohol to the football team members, even though they're not supposed to.
Are you just telling this to your dad?
No.
Okay.
No. No, thanks, Dad. I meant as I'm leaving. Now that I have the keys, I'm gonna leave.
Uh-huh. Oh man, so we need to add an NPC to liquor store, corner store owner.
Yeah, it wouldn't be someone I've ever gone to before, but
yeah, it's this beat up corner store on like the other end of town. And there is this it's like, so like in the South, I don't know if anyone else has it, but there's essentially a chain gas station called Tobacco Plus that also just has like, you know, obviously like cigarettes and beer and hard liquor and some groceries and some like car supplies and beef jerky and stuff. And so this is like this is a Tobacco Plus that you have pulled into. And this older African American gentleman is sort of hanging out back there, and he is he's got a little chewing tobacco in the side, and he recognizes you. Not that you've like bought from him before, but you've been with people that sort of bought with him before. And he sort of gives you like a nod, and he's like, "How you doing?"
good. I gotta grab a thing.
Yeah, you need some ice, right?
Yeah.
$15.
Yeah. He'll pull out a 20 and just give it to him.
He gives you your change back and really legitimately like rings you up for $15 worth of ice.
Heck
like,
yeah.
And he goes, you know where to get it. And he like points to like where the big ice machine is. But you know for a fact that like in the back of the ice machine is where the miners get their beer from.
Their
so,
stash. Yep. I'm just gonna reach in and grab out the 6-pack I'm going to guess, but maybe a 12. Don't know how generous this guy is.
Yeah, it's a 12-pack.
Okay.
Of Bud Light. Like straight up Bud Light. Yeah.
Not terrible.
Mm-mm. And yeah, like, you know, you put it in your Firebird and go over.
You're Heather's new favorite person.
He owes Heather.
He does owe Heather. Like, yeah, so we're gonna, so you get your booze and you head over to Heather's, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly right.
You'll probably end up being the first one at Heather's since Penelope is going to the zoo first.
Yeah, it was. Do I know where Javier lives?
Javier, do you know where does because y'all all kind of met at the nerd store, right? Like he was also a part of that, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't. It was in my mind that no one knows where he lives. No one has seen his family.
Yeah.
That is perfectly good. That's why I was asking. Then I do not stop to see if you need a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm on my skates. Oh, is it possible for me to have checked the group message before I left the house?
Yeah, absolutely. Flashback. Like, this is a mechanic in this game. You flashback to you just logging in before leaving the house and seeing this group message that everyone's meeting at Heather's.
Okay.
Go, Kiki.
Go, Kiki, go. We're gonna go ahead and now cut over to before Penelope arrives over at the zoo with Riley and her mom, tending to the birds. There is, and that's kind of the only access that you have to the zoo currently. But you sort of taken, you're behind the scenes at the zoo. What does your mom like specialize? Does she specialize in songbirds, predators, raptors?
Raptors.
Raptors, yeah. So she's there, and someone kind of comes in with a crate, and inside of this crate is actually a bald eagle that has been injured. And around this time in the 90s, the rarity of bald eagles in the state, there's maybe 15 that exist. So to have an injured bald eagle is essentially been taken here for recovery. And your mom's like, all right, let's put on the gloves and see what this big girl's got. I'm going into Southern. I shouldn't, because your mom's not Southern. Literally put on your gloves, because these things are, she's mad. Like, this eagle is mad.
Yeah, I put on my gloves.
And she's like, all right, I just need you to kind of grab around her legs and hold her so I can see what her wing looks like, because that's what looks like is injured. So like, she instructs you to like hold on to this bird for a minute, and she looks over it while you do that. And it's not happy, but it's got a bag over its head, so it's kind of helping. It's just like, oh, this is a very clean break. Probably only a few weeks of recovery, so that's good. Like, she's just talking bird speak and stuff like that. She has another assistant with her that's probably just like, it's like a college intern from the college in the town over. Like, this is like a small metropolis area, and this city doesn't have a college, so to speak, itself, but the next town does. There's just like a community college where in this particular city. But like the town over has a pretty big Baptist college, actually. And like, this person that's with you, and you know them, his name is Jerry. And he's just kind of waiting for stuff to do. And your mom like realizes that he's there, and it's like, oh, Jerry, come with me. I'm going to show you how to do a proper anesthesia for these birds and the that kind of stuff. And he's like, yes, and he like follows, and she trusts you with this bird to just kind of hold it into its place. What do you do?
They're so big.
They're
I'm
so
probably
big.
struggling with it.
You're probably struggling with it. Yeah.
I had hoped to acquire a bird while I was here.
Yeah.
A bald eagle is not a subtle.
It is not subtle at all, but you are literally holding this bird.
Yeah. Okay, so it has a bag on its head.
Yes.
And I know I have to touch my skin to it, right?
Yes.
I don't want to take the gloves off because I can't, because I'm not gonna be able to hold it one-handed. Could I like angle my arm over and try and like touch its back?
Yes, you're able to like brush your elbow against its feathers, and you're able to concentrate on it using your downtime action too. And like, as you do it, like, the bird is incredibly calm, right? And it's around like, before you even pull away, is your mom and Jerry's return back, and both of them are like, oh, it is the bird okay? Like, because it kind of, they don't understand that it's like in this weird trance.
Yeah, I think she's fine. She just calmed down. I've been talking to her.
You always did kind of had, some bird whispering powers, but that's my kid. And I'm sorry, but like, Nick, could you mute on Google Meet, because literally something came up of like that's my anus on.
Wait, what?
Like something was caught on Google Meet. Don't remember to mute your mic on Google Meet so that
Oh, crud. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay when you're muted because your
Didn't realize that. Thank God I didn't say anything dirty to my wife.
I don't know. The word anus came up, so I'm not.
Oh no, she brought me milk because I'm eating the spicy popcorn, and it's in a glass. It's in one of our solar system glass, and it's Uranus.
All right, excellent.
Because of course she would bring me that glass.
Of course, yeah,
Of course.
she did it on purpose. Anyway,
She totally did it on purpose.
So yeah, you have acquired this bird, and your mom and Jerry sort of take over from now. So and begin like the anesthetic process. And it's around this time that somebody else comes in, and if you don't mind, we'll kind of go forward. And it's just like one of the zookeepers, that sort of works like, or like some that works at like the store or the gift shop at the front. And it's like, Riley, there's someone named Penelope that's here, waiting for you.
Oh.
Like she says she's your friend.
Yeah, Mom, I'm gonna hang out with Javier and some people today.
Oh yeah, sure. We should be done here. Thank you for your help, sweetheart.
Yeah, I always love helping with the birds. Mom, if she's not like actively holding the bird, I will give her a hug and then head out.
She just kind of like leans in because she is actively holding the bird, like, and so just leans and just like yeah, and that kind of stuff. So and yeah, Penelope, you had arrived, and here's what's up though for both of y'all to know: the baseball field is across the street from the zoo. So the zoo itself, so like there is still like a large police presence in the area. Dimitri is definitely hiding in the car. Luckily, I hope he rolls his windows down. Like, you aren't gonna be long. It's September in the South. Like, but yeah, you meet Penelope is there waiting for you.
We're all getting together to go to Heather's place. I thought I'd swing by and pick you up.
I appreciate it. I guess it's a good thing I didn't bring my car here today.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad over there.
As we're getting into the car, can we see anything across the street?
May, do you want to roll to see if you can see anything? Are you looking for anything in particular?
I don't know that I would know what to look for. Just, I don't know.
Give me,
Do we see people around?
Like, there's, like, the police presence, and, like, there's a lot of nosy people that kind of gather to look over things. Again, it's the South. Everybody is nosy. It's not that big of it's a city, but it's a pretty small-sized city. It's probably only about 100,000 people, if that. So it's, yeah, there are people around, for sure. Like, some of the people that park at the zoo, like, even, like, forget about the zoo and, like, walk across the street to kind of, like, go ask cops questions and things like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to tell anything just from looking. I'll just get in the car. It's better if we're gone.
Yeah, Penelope drives by right to the letter of the law. She is not speeding over. She's stopping at least until they're like way far away from them, far out of town, because you said Heather lives like on the edge of town.
Yeah, pretty much like basically like past the suburbs in what's still technically the city, but it's country. Like it's.
I think at some point Penelope looks over at Riley, and she's like been like nervously twitching her hands on the steering wheel this whole time, and I think she's like, have you tried to change or anything like that?
Not yet. I think I acquired a bird while we were in there, but I haven't tried anything yet. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. I know you were scared, and I probably would have done the same thing.
I deserved it. I really shouldn't have done that. when I see my friends in trouble, I just want to make sure that they're not in trouble. And it was my first instinct, and I should have thought it through better.
I get it. It makes sense. I'm just this whole thing's terrifying.
Yeah, it really is. I don't even know what we've gotten into, honestly. I
Yeah.
haven't acquired anything. I'm honestly sort of scared to.
I can understand that. Heather has a lot of dogs. I think you'll have an opportunity.
Yeah. It'll really be interesting being one of Heather's dogs.
From then, it's like the dog head like pops from the back seat. It's like, hey, Riley, I was taking a nap.
Hi. Are you doing okay?
No.
It's understandable.
But I got bacon, so that was pretty cool.
I'm gonna kind of look at his side to where he was wounded and see what it looks like.
Yeah, go ahead and there's no like med check in there, but if you have maybe like a study or a survey to kind of figure out like what's going on with that.
I can do a study. I have 2 in that.
Cool. And these are just fortune rolls too, so.
I rolled a 5 and a 3.
All right, yeah. So, it doesn't, because it's cauterized. It's not bleeding and it's pretty sealed. There is some red inflammation, on the edges of the wound. And you would know to just kind of keep an eye out on that inflammation to see if most of his flank is seared as far as hair goes. So you can have like you would know working your mom working as a vet, even though she's a vet for for birds, just to kind of watch out and see if that inflammation gets any wider, because if that does, that would be infection.
Because we both saw Javier shoot that guy with that weapon, can we put 2 and together that was probably the same thing that did this to Dimitri?
Yes. Absolutely. It's pretty obvious that this is the weapon that was used. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Penelope stores that away in the back of her brain, sort of just adding more to her fear and paranoia. But I think she turns up the radio and is pretty quiet. She sings along to every song that comes on. Yeah, exactly. And is pretty quiet though, as they get into Heather's yard and everything.
Yeah. Y'all arrive not long after Tony does. None of y'all ran into Javier as you came around, because you're on your skates, right?
Yeah, I'm just skating down the road.
Yeah. There gets to a point, or on the road. Okay. There gets to a point though when you get to closer to Heather's house where it does become a little dirt, like an actual dirt road, and there's potholes. So
I face plant very hard.
Oh no! All right, I'll let you have that one. Just did you bring sneaks with you?
Always. I always have a well-stocked backpack.
Yeah. Awesome. So, and then you're all here at the trailer with the blue door. There is a lot of dogs barking, Heather, so you know your friends or your acquaintances are here.
The people you met last night.
Yep. Your classmates.
Dear. There's barking from the kennels, but the 2 dogs inside stop barking when Heather yells, "Hush!" And they both just go quiet because they're trained hunting dogs. They know what.
Yeah, they know what's up. Yeah, exactly.
So they're good. And she goes, now you sit.
They both sit.
Both of you sit.
They sit.
And you stay.
They sit. They kind of wiggle a bit.
She goes to open the door. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Come on in.
I owe you this.
You're my favorite, just so you know. She brings it, she puts it on the kitchen counter. And
my
you
mom
come in and there's two dogs sitting on the sofa, just like looking up, wagging their tails. Like, oh my God, come pet us.
My mom gave me a 20 for pizza. Here you go.
Also, I'll call and order it in a minute. That's cool with everybody. Anybody have any picky? Or do we just want to get like a pepperoni, a cheese, and a sausage?
Demetria will pop up and just like, just no onions.
You're muted, Val.
Onions will kill me. I'm muted? Oh. It's
yeah.
probably just like my mic. Demetria just pops up and everyone said no onions.
I think onions are bad for dogs.
Yeah, it'll totally kill me.
I mean, so's pork, but we can give them cheese pizza. We could get a hamburger pizza.
I would love a hamburger pizza. I just want pizza. I'm not ready to eat dog food yet. No offense, guys. As he looks over at the two dogs that are just like sitting there. Like...
That's cute that you think I feed my sweet babies normal dog food.
Oh, maybe I should stay here.
I know. I don't know. Daddy wouldn't allow it. Oh my Lord. No.
Okay.
They get it's a special kind of stew we make, and it's got like steak in it, and there's peas and carrots and like a little bit of barley.
That's really
it's actually pretty good. I've eaten it. Not gonna lie.
Yep. That can we sit anywhere?
The dogs are on the
You
couch.
can sit wherever you like.
Pony's kneeling down and petting dog.
She points
Yeah,
to the
I wanted to
sofa.
sit between the two dogs.
She points at the dogs. The black one is Stormy. That's my girl. And Hershey is the brown one. He's my brother Bo's, but Bo is in Baton Rouge for the weekend.
I think Penelope pointedly sits on like a love seat away from the dogs because she's still.
There's
really...
a sofa and like two recliners, and then there's like a busted like table with some chairs, and then there's like a computer desk with another.
She probably sits on a recliner then, just like on the edge of it, sort of perched up, very proper, away from the dogs. She's really sort of skittish about touching any animal right now.
So who's done it? You turned into me? How was it? You didn't touch my titties, did you?
No. No, don't worry. There was I was focused on something else. It was.
Do I even want to know what something else is?
Well,
I mean, if you need to figure out how to pleasure a girl, I mean, that's one way of going about it.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. But no, I was focused more on the fact that I wasn't thinking like myself. I'm not sure if it's the same with other animals, but when I transformed, it was like you were part of me. And it takes a minute. Also, he's drenched in sweat because he roller skated all the way over.
You want a towel or a shower or something?
Some water would be great.
No, there's some in the fridge and faucet. Cups are in the cabinet to the right.
Thank you.
Turned into Stormy, and yeah, there was like a moment of kind of freak out. I could smell the real Stormy and Hershey, and there was puppy freak out for a minute. It wasn't that hard. The change wasn't bad or hard. It was just weird. Really, really weird.
I had a little trouble turning it off, actually. Did you have any of that trouble?
Not really. I mean, I made the huge mistake of doing it in front of a mirror, so that was weird as fuck. Don't recommend doing that unless you got a strong stomach. Thankfully, I do. I'd have a very strong drink after that. And by that, I mean a beer and a shot of Jack Daniels.
So, other than doing it in front of a mirror, is there anything else we should know?
I mean, I just kind of focused and was like, I want to do it, and focused on Hershey and just kind of went.
I think I might have acquired something, but I don't think I should transform here.
Now, clothes don't work very well with that. I don't I mean, I'm assuming it worked better turning into another person because it's not that much of a change. But turning into another animal, the clothing situation doesn't work that well.
How tall is Heather?
Heather is like 5'8".
Okay, so we're actually pretty close in size. Then yeah, it just you were just wearing my clothes.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I'm a little afraid to do it.
It's not that bad. Do you want to? I'll let you pick. Oh my God, it's not like we don't have enough dogs around here. There's chickens. One of my brothers, I mean, he's kind of an asshole, and I'd have to go to his trailer and get it, but he's got a pet ball python.
No, I think if I wanted to be anything, it'd be a dog or a cat, but this is just a little overwhelming. I mean, is anyone else overwhelmed over this? This is crazy.
Oh, it's definitely crazy. But if you get overwhelmed, that's when they bring you to the nut house. So we don't want that to happen.
Well, I'm trying not to let it show. I'm trying to.
You know, they don't let anybody see you if you're in there, right?
I wouldn't know.
I was 5.
I wouldn't know.
So don't let it, whatever you do, you just got to go, okay, I'm not going to let this freak me out because I don't want bad things to happen to me. So fuck it. This is how it is. I'm on a roll with it. You got this. I believe in you, okay?
All right. It's just a little scary.
If you need to take your time, take your time. You don't have to do anything unless you're ready.
I think Penelope's shoulders sort of slump and she's like thinking it over in her head, but it's like really obvious that it's overwhelming for her. Like it's a lot on her mind.
Do you want a hug?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Heather's gonna get a hug.
Yeah, she doesn't like hug back, but it's not in a like she doesn't want to hug you back way. It's just she's sort of deflated right now, you know? Yeah, and when you pull away, she's like, thank you. That actually made me feel a little bit better.
Heather is gonna whisper into Penelope's ear, don't worry, we'll all figure this out together.
Thank you.
What kind of Coke you want?
Just a Coke?
Okay. Regular Coke. Anybody else? What y'all want to drink?
I'm okay right now. Is there anybody else around outside? Or are we only alone inside of here?
Now,
Yeah, who's home?
one in the complex is my brother Eric, and he's kind of a douchebag, but he doesn't hardly ever come out of his trailer. He just sits and plays Nintendo all day and PlayStation. Like he just doesn't. Daddy's mad at him. 2 of my brothers are working for my daddy, so they're always off working on some job site or something. And another one of my brothers is in college, and Bo does his thing. He has his friends he's playing like in a rock band with, and you know, does his stuff. But Eric just is kind of a dickhole, and you know, he's just kind of an asshole to everybody and doesn't really do anything worthwhile. Daddy keeps talking about kicking him out, but Granny keeps telling him he can't. And it's a mess. But from what I know, me and Eric are the only ones here this weekend. But I'm the only one in my trailer.
If I wanted to try this outside. Is there some place I could go where I wouldn't be seen?
Yeah, I got a spot in the woods. It's good for it. We built like a little platform to kind of use as like a little deer blind out there. It's a little big because there's a bunch of us. But me and Bo are the only ones that really go out there now. I can show y'all where it is. Let's go for a walk, folks. Everybody grab a drink. Grabs
and
one of the
also,
beers
Heather,
that Nick brought.
And I have a question.
That
for
Tony
everyone
Brown pops it
out of-
open.
Am I okay? I have a question for everyone out of character. Is anybody wearing white of any type today?
Oh, in
Heather-
character?
Yeah, in character. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, there's white on my shirt. What?
Just asking because Heather would let you probably know. Don't wear white in the woods in Louisiana.
is anybody wearing? Because she'll lend clothes to people who.
Yeah, there's
need it.
probably like orange like hanging from like yeah.
Like she's already like slipping into a pair of like camo coveralls over her jeans and tank top.
For the record, for anyone who doesn't know, you don't wear white in the woods during hunting season because when a white-tailed deer runs away, that flash of white is seen, and hunters will think that you are a deer and you will get shot. That's the meta for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that far into the woods, and this is our property, and I
Right.
don't think anyone's out this weekend. But
Yeah, it's the beginning of like dove season, so like the squirrel, it's not even quite squirrel season for another couple weeks, so there's not too many people out.
she goes ahead and puts on her coveralls with like the orange edging, you know.
Yeah.
Goes ahead,
She knows
she
what's up. She
slings
knows
a
what's
rifle over her shoulder just in case.
Just in case. And Heather begins. Your dogs come with you?
Yeah.
They stay.
And she goes and she looks at both of them and I go, and they'll both be fine. And she gives them like a really specific whistle and they both come immediately and stand at her side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you lead your friends, whoever wants to follow Heather, into the woods.
She's gonna wait for them. She's gonna wait for them.
Penelope will go.
100% I'm going to.
Yeah, let's go.
And nobody's wearing sandals, right? Okay,
Not at this time of year.
making sure.
Yeah, you don't want to get bit by a snake.
Always time to wear sandals in Louisiana.
Every time it's sandal weather. Every year it's sandal weather. It's always sandal weather. But yeah, you don't wear
I
sandals
wear
in the woods.
flip-flops
you'll get
on
bit by
and a
snake.
t-shirt on Christmas.
So y'all go into the woods. You lead them into the woods.
She leads them. It's like maybe a 10-minute walk into the woods. You find this area, there's like a little bit of a clearing, and there's this, like you see just these plywood boards that have been hammered into this tree leading up to this platform. And then there's like plywood hammered over the platform with netting and fake leaves and, you know, and then there's like another little piece of plywood stuck on top for shade.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, y'all. Stormy, Hershey, stay. Alert. And then she starts climbing up.
Penelope will follow pretty gracefully because she's a cheerleader. She's used to this kind of stuff.
I know what these deer blinds are like. Because I have one. I will straight up and say that you could probably comfortably fit like 4 of you up there, but y'all be like rubbing elbows.
It's made for literally 6 people
Oh,
because
is
she
it made for 6 people?
out as a family together. So it's bigger than
it's a family deer stand.
it's bigger than the average deer blind. It's like almost around the tree.
Okay.
Like it curves
gotcha.
halfway around the
Gotcha.
tree. Like it's big.
It's a dope. It's like it's straight up like Lost
It ain't
Lost Boys style.
It's like a penthouse deer
I'm here
blind.
for that. That's exactly what's going on. All right, there enough for all of you. Yeah.
As everyone's starting to go up, so the animal I want to try is actually kind of big. Could I go up on my own first?
Sure. Okay, and everyone will climb down.
So I just had to look at the wingspan of a bald eagle, and it's
You might wanna, and you're covered because it has that covered area, so you can't like see who's up there.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be like, if you need to take your clothes off, you're good. Just make sure you come back right by your clothes.
Okay. I will go up there and yeah, bald eagles apparently have a more than 7-foot wingspan.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna
They're very
I-
big.
I will go up there by myself.
That's why they're too low. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's a bird. It's a very, very large bird. Like, it's a dinosaur. I don't know if you know this. Like,
Yeah, so I'll go up there by myself and I will try to morph.
Would you like me to do your first description, or would you like to kind of narrate this? Because you are in a stream as well, so you do have a slight control over what changes first.
You could describe it. I think going into this,
Mhm.
Riley has the imagination that it's going to be like, you know, with like this flourish with the wings out sort of transformation, very dramatic movie
Okay.
style sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know how close it'll be, but
Yeah, so because you're imagining that, you sort of hold out your arms and you're like, okay. And the first thing that does happen, in fact, is that the hair, your body hair, begins to like harden and almost become like quills as they turn into feathers, growing from your arms to where you sort of almost turn into like this angel looking thing for like a hot second, with just like your arms feathered and turn into wings, and it's very cool. And around this, but it's also like it's weird, it's really weird. And the next thing that sort of happens is you feel your bones almost like lighten and hollow out around the same time you just start to shrink, because it's got a 7-foot wingspan, so your arms grow out, but your body itself like shrinks, right? Sort of like in the right, like your wings don't shrink, but your body does. It's so it like kind of thing, and the plumage around your hair and face just turns this stark white, and your face sort of and teeth sort of meld into one as your beak sort of forms, and the senses of this eagle begins to calculate, and your brain sort of readjusts to these new senses that you have, especially your binocular vision. Your sense of smell kind of fades because bald eagles don't have like the best sense of smell, but like you can see bugs on tree leaves a mile away from you. And it's around this time that brain of that bird starts to appear, like starts to manifest, as well as your body has finished transforming. But I'm gonna need you to roll an attune for this.
okay. I have 2 in attune, plus my Streen ability lets me add 1 for overcoming instincts.
There you
Is
go.
that the situation?
Yes.
3 6s.
That is a critical
Dang.
success. That is a satanic success, as I would like to call it. Like this, as soon as you recognize, because you had some insight into this, knowing that this was going to happen, as soon as you recognize that brain, you're just like, I am the captain of this body now. Just kind of chill out. You're good. And it does not overwhelm you like whatsoever. You don't even give it a chance. Like, you were ready for it. And you are now a bald eagle.
Awesome. I have an understanding of thermals now, right?
Yes. You have an understanding of thermals. I still haven't washed the shirt from last week. So.
Yeah, with a we do it like with a dramatic, like just flying with a dramatic flourish out of this deer blind up into the air and just going up.
Yeah, you morph.
Penelope's just watching, and she just goes, "Holy shit!"
Did she just?
She just turned into a bird, into an eagle.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Okay, theory. Here's a weird thought. One of us needs to try this. So if she came down here all calm like, because she's in control of the bird, could one of us get the bird from her? Do we have to get it from the original bird?
Demetrius will pop up and say, "No, you can't. Actually, it has to be."
You're
original."
breaking up, Val.
Oh,
Your
sorry.
mic, yeah.
Yeah, Dimitri will pop up and be like, "Yeah, it doesn't actually work like that. You have to copy an original."
It's worth a shot.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how the technology works. I don't know where our bodies go when they're not here. And then just kind of like directly to Riley. Dimitri will send a thought speak to you, and he's like, "I'm jealous. I'm gonna miss that."
I'm sorry you're stuck like that.
Yeah.
Say as I go higher and higher.
You're having the time of your life right now. You're flying. Yeah.
Are her clothes just like on the ground?
No, they're in the tree blind.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. I was just gonna fold them.
Penelope looks over at Heather and then at Heather's dogs that are with her, and she says, "You know what? You're right. Fuck it." And she goes and is going to acquire Stormy's DNA.
All right. So the black lab.
Yeah.
Now we have an army of black labs.
Nice.
Be puppies.
And real quick, for those of you who have morphed into animals, there is a blaze in the dark mechanic called Fine that allows you to add a dice to certain rolls. And I will say that you can, for each morph that you do, you can choose a specific animal. For that animal, you can choose where that extra dice goes, as if it was a fine animal. But you have to, like, that's it. So, like, if you're a bald eagle, like, what would you want your extra dice to go into?
I feel like survey makes a lot of sense, but I would also say maybe wreck, because I've seen the talons on an eagle before.
Yeah, either one.
Oh, yeah.
Is pretty accurate. So whichever one you want to put a morph dice into, we'll call it. But that's like every time you turn an eagle, like, it's always going to be wreck. You can't change it. Is that cool?
I'm gonna have to think about that for a few minutes.
Okay, y'all think about it. It's not a huge deal right now. But that's just something that just piqued my brain as y'all are turning into animals today. Like, yeah. So Penelope, you're gonna acquire Stormy, and same thing happens. This dog goes into a trance. It's for a couple minutes. She's a very good girl, and you now have Stormy's DNA stored somehow within you.
Gonna immediately try to transform.
All
Dang.
right. It is not as pleasant as Heather's went. That's for sure. At least pleasant looking, and Heather's wasn't the most pleasant looking. The only one who witnessed that was Heather, because for you immediately, it's just nothing is like in a sort of order. It's just kind of like all happening at the same time. Like, fur starts to grow from your face, like your knees will reverse, like you just kind of topple a little bit, like you catch yourself on your paws as you turn to the dog, and Stormy's brain is coming at you. So please roll that attune for me and see how you do with it.
I have no points in attune, so this is gonna be fun.
So this is gonna be fun. Yeah.
That's okay, because Stormy is a good girl.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6 and a 1.
A 6 and a 1, so you rolled a 1. All right. So you're not quite like they talk to you about you're sharing the space with this animal. Like, Javier, like, talked to you about this, but you were not prepared for that. And, like, as soon as, like, Stormy's brain is there, you sort of look around, and there are 3 other dogs that are there. And here's actually what's up, though. Because Stormy is there, Stormy is freaking the fuck out. The real Stormy. She is.
Heather's going, hey, it's okay. It's okay.
She's not okay. She's
Calm.
not okay. And
Calm.
Penelope Stormy is not okay either. Like, because you are having issues
Look at me, baby girl.
as a dog. That being said, Hershey wants to play with the new Stormy. And the new Stormy is like, yo, this is my buddy, Hershey, and a new friend. Who's this dog? And yeah. You play yourself as a dog, Penelope.
So ultimately, the Stormy brain is the one that's in control.
Yeah, or ultimately, yeah.
Yeah, I think she plays. I think she starts like sort of roughhousing with Hershey, you know, like the way that dogs sort of wrestle each other.
Mhm.
I think that she that sort of distracts her from the freaking out Stormy is
Yeah.
her playing with Hershey.
Yeah, your buddy's there, right? So who
Yeah.
cares? Kind of thing.
And Penelope is like in her normal form, she is cheerful and playful, and you know that, so it just sort of blends in pretty well.
It's almost like she's a retriever in real life.
Yeah.
And with Stormy, how would she recover? Because there are several other black labs at the compound.
It's
So
just
she-
that, like, the way that it's kind of, go ahead and just give me some sort of roll to kind of figure out what's going on.
What about my baby?
Like, what are you going to roll for?
I'm gonna try to sway her to be like, look, it's just another puppy. You're used to.
Yeah. Go ahead and get a sway.
I have nothing in sway.
Okay.
I was planning to do this anyway. I'm going to get in between and block Stormy's eyesight of Penelope Stormy
Oh fuck.
using my. I was giving you another die.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take it.
All right.
Please.
Yes, of course.
So I take the better
Now
one.
you have 1 dice if you didn't have anything in sway, so you just have 1 dice.
Okay. 4.
4. Okay, that's a partial success. So yeah, like Stormy like kind of like calms down, and maybe she's like, okay, like maybe this is just like another dog. Like, but the thing that's freaking her out is not that like she's turning into a dog, because Hershey didn't get freaked out too much, right? It's very specifically Penelope turned into her. Kind of thing. Like it's literally, and there's just like a moment of confusion with this animal. It's like 2 of me cannot exist, but 2 of her are existing. Penelope, as you're kind of like wrestling with Hershey, at some point our German Shepherd friend is going to kind of like get in between you, and accompanied with kind of like a gruff and the thoughts speak, he's going to be like, Penelope, get a hold of yourself. Penelope, this is you.
I think she's just like, but I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, it's great, but you can't have too much fun. You can't get lost, Penelope.
I think she tries to pull herself away from.
Yeah, go ahead and take an assist from Dogmetri. So if you want to roll a tune again, with that assist.
My baby girl.
Kitty cat.
A 5.
Yeah, you have. It takes you a minute, and you still have that urge to just like play with Hershey and almost want to play with Demetrius, right? Like, he's also your friend. He's like your friend in people, and he's your friend now as a dog. Like, he's your friend, and you want to play with him, but he doesn't want to play, so you have to respect that. So, you know, he's alpha right now, as you like kind of get a hold of yourself.
I think she thought speak with everyone while she's a dog.
Yeah, you can thought speak with everyone and anyone. You can do it directly to only to certain people, or you can broadcast it.
I think she broadcast to the group, Riley included, who's still up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
This is really cool.
You're freaking out my dog.
I think Penelope just like looks over at you and does that little dog thing where they put their paws over their little snoot, you know?
No!
Oh.
No!
That's her sort of way of apologizing.
Mm-hmm. And that's a downtime action from you as well now, since we've all required a morph, and you all have another downtime action that y'all can do during this session. So
I desperately need to wait and do something with my virtue to get rid of all of this stress. So
From up in the air,
Mhm.
I'm going to direct. I'm going to think of Javier. Like, Javier, hold up a bottle.
Yeah, I rummaged through my bag and held up a bottle.
Stay still. And I am going to fold my wings and dive. Since I rolled so well on a tune, can I like pull some of the bird's instincts forward so I know when to pull up?
It's gonna have to. This is another action and another roll from you, because I wouldn't even call
Okay.
this an attune. You can argue attune for it if you'd like and make another attune roll, or you can do a finesse roll to make sure that you I would like finesse would be also like arguable pretty well as well. Which one would you prefer?
I would prefer a tune as an
do it.
extreme.
Yeah.
Just
Tap
trying to work with the bird.
Yeah, tap into that bird. What's that bird got for you?
Okay, that's a 3 and a 6.
Yeah, so that's a success. Yeah, so
I don't take his hand off.
Yeah, so describe what everyone sees. Like, what happened?
Yeah, like a bullet. Just this brown blur comes down out of the sky, and just at the last second, flare my 7-foot wings, and grab the bottle and keep going.
whoa.
Oh, that was some cool shit. Oh, that was cool.
As humans, we can't mind speak back to them, right?
Oh, you can't.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
But
That's fine.
Penelope and Dimitri, since they are turned and they are physically right there with you, can thought speak to Riley.
Can I thought speak as a human,
No.
but not me?
Correct. You can't thought speak as people.
Okay.
Humans in general, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you've learned a disadvantage of your turning into all human plan.
Can everyone get together? I was really hoping we could talk about some things.
I love folks.
I think
Back to the trailer and order the pizza first.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Penelope?
Is anybody telling me that? Because I am back up in the air.
Penelope does in like
Yeah.
thought speak. She's like, just says we're gonna go back to the trailer, to Riley, and I think after she says that, she's going to transform back
Okay.
to her human form.
Riley, take your clock is now 5 of 6.
5 of 6.
Mm-hmm. Or excuse me,
Okay.
one, like you have 5 of 6 of your pie clock.
Oh, I have
5
of 6 left.
Mm-hmm. 5 of 6.
Okay. I thought you said the opposite. I was like,
No,
oh, that
sorry.
went fast.
Yeah.
Okay. My curiosity about what's going on at the baseball field is so much. Okay. Javier wants to talk, so I'm going to go back down into the deer blind, make sure no one can see me, and then change back as quickly as possible.
Yeah, cool. All right, you're able to all regather, get your pizza ready, and you're your friend Ollie, your friend Javier is got y'all gathered around. What you got to talk about, bud?
Um, so, okay. I stayed up. I didn't go to sleep last night. I was going through everything we've gone through and trying to figure out what we have to do next. I don't see any great way to be a part of this war. Right now, everyone who isn't one of us, we have to consider an enemy. Loved ones, friends. We don't know who's in control of what and who. The only thing we can do is try to take them down at the knee. You have to find a way to take away their power structure. And I know that last night when we talked, you guys weren't very comfortable with me turning into another person. But I think the only way for us to get moving forward is to try and figure out who the enemy is. And one way we might be able to do that is to start collecting other people so we can investigate them from within.
But can't Dimitri like detect the things? Is that something you can teach us?
I mean, you can just. I'm a dog, and I can just. I know what I know what it smells like. And I know. And if we're gonna be talking about this, I do kind of want to bring up a point. I do need y'all. I do need your help. My sister went down there with me. She didn't come back with me. If
It.
if she if they took her, then they have the same power as we do and the same ability to spy, at least within one controller. And I can't imagine the hierarchy would just let any person infest my sister with that kind of power. It's either that or she might be trapped like myself somewhere. But I think being able to, I really need your help finding her. I can't do it by myself.
Of course. Do you know any other people who were that you were certain were controllers or being controlled?
Does he? Yeah. The band teacher, for sure. Sarah. Miss Sarah, she's one of them for sure.
Or at least face falls at that.
And I know that this club that seems to be going around called the Sharing is a front for the invasion.
So does one of us want to try to go undercover in that? Or is it too risky? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
If we can separate one of the members of the sharing, I can take their place for a couple of the meetings.
But what would we do with the person?
I mean,
I don't mind going undercover. They've come by our house a couple of times with pamphlets and things like that, and my mom's always telling me that I need to get more involved with religion. So
Wait,
You
are
don't
they
think
those?
your mom's one of them, do you?
I don't know. She hasn't gone to any meetings herself.
It's too risky.
Are they those guys who like run by the people who just moved into town? Like the crud, I don't remember what he had said they were.
The people who own a gas station chain. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think I kind of sort of agreed to go to one of those tomorrow.
To one of their barbecues.
Yeah. Dennis invited me.
You think he's one of them?
At the time, I didn't even know there was a them. I guess anything's possible. But what
Yeah.
should I do?
Was there any obvious way to tell if someone's under this influence or?
I'm actually I have a move that I'm really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Katie above the table is trying to angle
Yeah,
Penelope
yeah.
in there because I actually have a move
Yeah.
for it.
Out of characterly, yeah. In characterly, like the Joker does have like a move that can help with that instinctually.
It doesn't automatically tell me if they're a controller, but I'm better at like if I roll, I'm whatever the DM says. I'm better at.
Yeah, she gets
doing
like an advantage on that.
Like she turns to dog meat. She's like, do their eyes change color?
That's the thing. Like the people who are in control, they can mimic. They're in your brain. They act completely normal and exactly how you expect them to act. Some of them might just maybe change interest very suddenly because it's a waste of time, but
So how do we know one of them hasn't gotten to one of us already?
y'all are fine.
I mean,
how do you know though?
Because I can literally smell it on you.
We couldn't transform before we touched that cube, right?
Wait, can dogs smell it? What's it smell like?
Like, first of all, let's address what Penelope said. Yeah.
Mm.
What was it she said, Penelope? Out of character.
Oh, you couldn't touch it before. You couldn't do it until you touched that cube.
Yeah, I had an alien give me this ability, and my sister and I were actually in charge of moving the technology, essentially, to keep it out of the bad guys' hands. We just went off mission because we discovered their pool in town. We didn't even think they had one because you can't just dig a basement in Louisiana, so they probably did it with alien technology. So I guess we were kind of all in a hurry yesterday, but this is important information. I promise. So man, they gotta eat like every 3 days. The Yeerk. They have to they have like this. They absorb like the rays of their home planet. I was told. So they have to leave the host and go into like a pool, and the pool has like a piece of their sun inside of it, and they're in there for like a couple of hours, and they recharge, and they go back inside their host. So
Do their hosts survive?
yeah.
Can you free the host while they're feeding?
That's what we were kind of trying to do, but
Huh.
there's cages. Port Vigier. That's the big guy you guys saw at the football field. Don't even get me started on Taxons. They'll eat you. Don't.
Wait.
Who knows how to use a firearm?
I pulled a laser gun out of my backpack. I'm still learning.
Like he just.
Don't point it at anybody. Don't point it at anybody.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
Let me see that. Like,
I mean, I can shoot.
This is cool. This is so fucking cool, man.
hi, Gary.
I mean, I was gonna show y'all what to do with regular guns, but this is badass.
Yeah, that's. I'm getting. That shot me, so I'm just gonna look over here while I talk to you. And he just like turns his head so he's not looking.
Penelope looks really queasy because she saw what that gun did.
Yeah, and he's like, the people are still alive. There's still people that are, they're still there. They just don't have control of their body when they're infested. But when the Yeerk is not in their body, it's them again. They're still in there.
Do they remember what happened while they were?
Yes, they know everything.
But not that they've been taken over.
Oh, they know.
What happens if they don't feed? And you said they have to feed every 3 days. What happens if they can't?
They just. I mean, have you ever seen a slug have salt poured on it?
Will that kill the host?
No, I don't think so. Anyway, I don't think so. But I mean, I think they just kind of like fall out the ear and.
I mean,
die.
do we want to
Die.
experiment and trap someone we know and see what happens?
Theoretically, we could get rid of the pool if that's their food source and they don't have anything else to feed on.
Is that pool full of just regular water? Do you know what's in there?
No,
It's
I
about
didn't. We didn't get that far. We didn't get that far before we were in over the two of us. We were in over our heads. I tell you that much. But we had to. They had our parents, so we had to try.
Oh.
If the pool is water based or some other sort of hydroxide, I can get some magnesium from my mom's job, and we could light it on fire, and just.
Isn't there like a sun in it or something though?
I mean, wouldn't that make it even more fiery? That could, I don't know. Could be interesting.
I think we need to take this one step at a time. I think
agree.
that maybe the 5 of us, not you, Dimitri, though I'm sure we'd love your help, but it's too risky, should go to this barbecue tomorrow. Tony was invited. He can say that he brought friends. The sharing group, they're all about bringing your friends to the fold.
You sure you're not going to think it's weird as fuck if I'm there?
Trust me, if this is a front, they're not going to care what you do or who you are. They just want you.
Then how are we going to get out of that? I think it's too
We're-
risky because if they get one of us and we don't know, that's the
Figure
end.
all of us at once.
Dimitri, how do they? Do they just like come and put something in your ear? Is it like those things from that Star Trek movie?
Yo, it's almost kind of close to that Star Trek movie. But it's. First of all of y'all are super fucking surprised that the football players know anything about Star Trek. But he goes, I'm not 100% sure, but you don't just immediately get taken and infested. Like, it's from what I understand, it's a front, but it's a very, very good front.
Exactly. They can't just take us at the barbecue. There's going to be people there that
Yeah, they can't just infest everyone all at
they
once.
can't just do it to everyone. I think it's the first step we need to get some intel and then at least figure out maybe who we might suspect are being controlled, and then we can start working toward the pool idea.
Can I suggest something?
Of course.
You said Dennis, you're pretty sure is a controller?
He's the one who invited me. That's all I know. I don't
He
want to
was kind of
accuse
acting kind of
somebody.
weird, out of characterly. Like his head's not in the game. You remember that correctly?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Remember, we have to assume the worst in every scenario. Otherwise, we're gonna get caught off guard. Can you get him separated from? Can you get him to come to you?
I mean, I can try. Like,
If that's the case, we can separate him. We can try to starve out the slugs. I will take his place as a group. At least some of us go. We can, while we're there, try to find who's in charge. I can try to keep an eye out as someone on the inside, someone on their side, and if anything starts getting too dangerous, I can shoo you guys to leave, and then make my escape after that.
what if
And
they have
that-
like a secret handshake or something?
I don't even think that's the worry. I want to free people from this if they're being controlled, but what do we do after? If he doesn't show up, they're going to know something happened and they're going to come looking for him. And that's going to expose us again. We
That's
can't
No.
just go after
Javier.
anybody.
That's why Javier's gonna acquire his DNA and go as Dennis.
But
I'm
what
going to-
about 3 days from now or a week from now, 2 weeks from now? They're going to know.
I can keep showing up. Earlier today I acquired my mom's DNA. I can miss school whenever I need to.
Dude.
And you're going to go to the pool.
If I have to, maybe.
I don't think you can
That's-
fake that.
And especially not by yourself.
If we remove people from their control, it needs to be important people. We can't fight the entire army. We can't free everyone. We have to hit them where their leadership is.
You're right, but we need to figure out who those leaders are, and we're not going to do that from the outside. I know you're right. You're as tactical as me, if not better. But we have to take some chances.
Awkward question.
Yes.
How do we know we're the good guys? I mean,
And
the
not
right
forcing-
shit. How do we know this isn't actually better?
Do you want an alien living in your head telling you what to do?
No.
I think we're the good guys.
But I think a lot of other people are better off with an alien in their head telling them what to do.
I just don't think it's good that people don't have these aliens are controlling people.
I don't think this is a matter of philosophy. This is a colonizing force, regardless of reason and cause. That's what it is. We fight them as if they are colonizers. No mercy and no restraint. Otherwise, we will die. Sorry.
No, I mean it's scary, Javier, but you're right.
Like that. No mercy, no restraint.
And we have each other.
Yes.
I know you're worried, Riley, but I think this is the best point of action, at least for us to begin with, because I can't think of anything else to do. And
Can someone become like a insect or something small that could go with him when he's alone?
Like mosquito or flea or something, maybe?
you mean something that's gonna get squashed?
I mean, something that can hide with, that can be near him, like even a mouse or something he could put in his pocket.
I haven't had any chance to do animal transformations yet, but based on the little bit that I've tried, I think we should try to stick to things that have some semblance of a higher brain function. I can't imagine what it's like to share a brain with something that doesn't have thought.
I mean, you're welcome to try on Hershey. Just don't do it in front of him because I don't want him freaking out like Stormy was.
I mean, as an eagle, I could probably catch a squirrel or something, and I could stay in the trees and observe.
I mean,
That's
hell,
a really good
I
idea.
just figure we shouldn't. None of us should go and do any of these things alone.
here's a question. And she turns to Doug Matry.
Yeah.
Can we acquire the DNA if the animal is injured?
As long as it's not dead.
We're
My
good,
eagle was
y'all.
injured.
I'll set some traps. We're good. We'll get all kinds of
Yeah, as long as it's not dead. And
Will you? Never mind. I probably don't
We
want
go
to.
fishing and try to do fish too.
Probably what Javier said. We need to stick to high intellect creatures.
Fish are smart. Some of them.
I mean, I didn't have any
Shark
issues.
can be fucking vicious.
what's that?
I didn't have any issues with the eagle. I mean, they're smart, but they're not that smart.
But they can be trained.
Stormy's senses were pretty cool.
I assume he just means we shouldn't go after like ants or like stuff like that have like they don't really have like a brain,
High
you
flying
know?
creatures.
Yeah. One last thing, actually, that I wanted to bring up.
Mhm.
If this is as widespread as dogmetry is mentioned, there- we should try to find a way to test our families at least once every few days. Could Dimitri come around sniffing just to give him a stamp, clear him, so we know?
I can try. Yeah, I mean, I can try. Just remember that cop was looking for me specifically.
Do y'all want to pick up some lab morphs? I mean, you can smell stuff in like the other room and stuff. Like I could, when I turned into Stormy, I could smell her and Hershey all the way in the other room. So
bloodhounds, like I even like mine's pretty good, but like
yeah, but I mean, like if you these dogs are trained for hunting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I mean, you might be able to just turn in your bedroom or your bathroom and catch a whiff.
Okay, then everyone should we should all have at least one dog.
Well,
we can-
other
Yeah,
animals
well,
have extended senses too. I mean, if we catch one of these Yeerks, theoretically, like we should get a few things. See if like don't owls or something have like infrared vision? Maybe they can see like I don't know.
There's a couple in the woods. I can try to. I mean, if I wound one, the good news is I can get Riley to bring it to her mom, so the thing will recover.
I don't want to wound an animal just to get its DNA.
Yeah, I'm pretty much against that.
And we
too.
ain't gonna coax an owl over to give it to us. We might be able to work with a vulture. They like carrion, so we get some rotted meat and stuff, and maybe a little fresh meat might be able to tempt them over. We'd have to be quick about it, and God knows they can fuck you up a little bit too. But if we distract one long enough.
There's also, if y'all don't want to go out of characterly, especially the bird girl, you would also know that there are an abundance of non-raptor birds in Louisiana. Like it's bird heaven out here. But one of the more common ones that you could probably find easily and acquire and hide out pretty much anywhere and not stick out, because the bald eagle's awesome, right? But it sticks out like a sore thumb. Like there are like jays, crows, my favorite, the grackle.
I do want to find a crow, and I've been trying to think of a
Yeah.
way to do it without grabbing one out of the sky.
There's even
Lure them with bread.
birds,
or
cardinals.
Mhm.
Painted bunting would stand out too much. I'm trying to think. My mom does nature photography here in Louisiana, so
Mhm.
like I literally, oh God, there's what was what were the ones she was doing in her bird feeder the other day?
Anyway, you guys all tried the thing. So can I go into, or can your dogs? I'm
Wait.
gonna try and become a cat. So like,
He's like, it's my turn now. I want to be a putty cat.
well, maybe I can smell. I don't know. They have better senses than us too. If we can figure out a threshold for like what we can be, rather than just running around as a pack of wild dogs.
Cats are sneaky too. I mean, there's like a couple of barn cats.
No, I can become a cat right now. I think.
Go
You
for
just-
it, man.
I can be a cat now. Like,
Do it.
Okay, I've got to move to the far side of the room.
mhm.
We're watching.
Yeah, I more just make sure your dogs are okay, and then I will try to become a cat.
Come here, and I'm gonna put the dogs in the bedroom.
Yeah,
the vent.
as Heather puts away Stormy and Hershey, and you start like concentrating on becoming a cat, immediately you shrink. Like that is like the
Yeah.
first thing that happens, and you get a little whiplash from like, and y'all all like witness this, and this is because like just him like falling, and y'all witnessed Penelope morph before, and it was definitely creepy, and this is also kind of fucking creepy. But it's interesting that as you like shrink though, like the smaller you become, the more dense you become, right? Like your muscles like are just like the strength of your muscles are in proportion to your body size. Sort of thing. Like you are turning into a tomcat. You are gonna be the king here in a hot second. Whiskers like just come from like your little mustache from your face that you keep trying to grow but can't quite yet.
Yeah.
They just like spring out, and you're kind of like rustled in your clothes at this point, trying to like get out, and it's a little awkward because your knees are changing and claws are growing, and yeah, your senses kick in, right? Because this like cats, like, you think dogs have super senses? Like, yo, you are a tiny murder machine now.
Mhm.
Like, and I need you to roll a tune for me, my tiny little murder machine.
Indeed, this will be super fun because I cannot take any more stress to make sure I have a chance at this.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 1 and a 5, but that 5 doesn't count, so I got a 1.
That one. So you're not gonna take any stress or anything, but yeah, you tiny little murder machine. Dimitri didn't leave, and this cat like hones in on this German Shepherd, and you bow up. You do that thing that cats do where you just make yourself like you're not a small cat to begin with.
Mhm.
You just bow up and you're ready to fight. Like kind of thing. Does anybody want to like help your boy
Sorry, bro.
out? Like,
Oh yeah.
It takes 2 stress to help someone.
yes.
Well, if you want to
Assist. Yeah.
just assist a
It's one
tune,
stress. It's
one
stress.
of you could like
Yeah.
also do a like command or try to
Yeah.
I have 2
calm
in
me down
command.
that way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Try and command your buddy into getting his brain back.
All right, here we go.
At this point, Dimitri is like, "Oh shit, it's a cat! It's a cat! It's a cat! Fuck! It's a cat! It's gonna beat the shit out of me! It's a cat!" Like that's what the dog is like. He's like translating his dog's brain there for a second. What you got?
All right. I got a 6 and a 2, but I have 2 in command. So,
So you got a 6.
uh,
Yeah, it's a success. Go ahead. How do you help your buddy? How do you command your friend to get a hold of himself?
I think I just clap really loud and sort of give him like an order, like he's an actual animal. Tony, stop.
When he claps, you jump like 5 feet into the air.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm on
But
the
it
counter
works.
now.
Yeah, but it works.
That was
Sorry.
really weird.
I'm very sorry. Don't get into a fight, please.
You need to go home and bathe.
You're talking to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Like that thing where like when cat, I don't know if anyone's ever had a cat that does this, but when you haven't bathed in a while, they are obsessed with your armpits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you're just
And
getting like
feet.
that pheromone-ness from from your buddy here. Like, and that's why you're just like, you need to not like
Mm-hmm.
like
Okay.
straight up though, like Tony, like those cat senses, just everything about being a cat, you feel like a superhero. Like more so than the flyer, the bird did, more so than the dogs did. Everyone who turned into a dog, you are an as far as you are concerned, you feel like an apex predator this big. Like
Oh yeah.
kind of thing. Even with this dog here, it's not you know you are boss. And you can hear literally every little scratch that every little rodent makes around this farm. You hear the dogs kind of whimpering outside, like their breath. You can hear like songbirds hundreds of feet away from you. Like you are just and kind of like you definitely notice like what kind of lighting is in this your trailer right now. Is it bright? I'm asking Heather.
Oh crap.
Mm-hmm. How's the trailer lit right now?
Huh?
Like how's it lit?
It's bad fluorescent lighting.
Yeah.
And then ceiling fan, and there's like 4 lights in it, but only 2 of them actually work.
It's kind of fucking up with your eyesight a little bit to be like that. Cats see best in low dim, like twilight almost, and then dark, and then like the artificial light is kind of like is like the worst lighting for cat eyes. But still, everything is sharp and not as binocular as a bird, but pretty binocular. Like you can practically hear the heartbeat of your friends even. There's no extra heartbeats, that's for sure.
That answered my questions, and so I would jump back down and go behind the counter so they can't see as I try to transform.
Yeah, because you are wearing tidy whities, were you?
No.
Yeah. Tony's naked when he's back.
Yeah.
He's just standing there behind the counter.
Toss me those.
But he turns back. Heather's just sitting there like she's got his underwear. She's twirling on her finger. And the minute he turns from back, she flings it at him, like aiming for his face. That's exactly what
you do the whole like slingshot underwear thing.
No, she just was like,
Very okay.
For the record, Javier isn't, but I am currently shipping a throuple. That's just me.
Gotcha. Ship all of you.
Mechanics question. So we have 2 downtime activities that we can do.
Yeah.
Can they both be acquiring morphs, or can you only do that once?
They can. So some of the downtime activities that you can do, you can acquire morphs. When acquire morphs is something that you have easy access to. Like I would like to make y'all require like getting your battle morphs a score, like sneaking into the zoo. Like that's how I kind of want to do that.
I just lost a good portion of what
We lost what you were saying.
Oh, is it just like my audio that's like
It
bad?
keeps cutting out at parts. Yeah.
Okay, it's my mic probably. So sorry about that. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, I just pulled it closer. So you have lots of things that you can do for downtime. You can acquire a morph, and as long as it's not like a very complicated way for you to get it, as long as the opportunity presents itself, you can do that. So like if y'all wanted to spend the second downtime action, getting another animal to turn into, like I will straight up do that. Like we'll do that. You can reduce the heat on your team, which we have decided are headhunters. We'll decide on that kind of like post game. We'll decide on what ability y'all are going to get from that. You can start a long-term project. You can indulge in your hobby or your virtue in order to reduce your stress. Yeah, those are all some things that you can do in your downtime.
Yeah, so I've been sitting here racking my brain about birds. And Riley has a sudden realization of how to get a crow. First, though, can we acquire? I'll actually ask Dimitri. Can we acquire an animal while we're an animal?
No.
That complicates things.
No, you can't. Yeah, it has to be in the form that was given the technology.
That's why you can't become anything else now.
Yeah, because I'm trapped.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah,
Is there any-
Not Tony. Is
I know, it's okay.
Could you touch the cube again and reacquire that ability in this form?
I might be able to, yeah, but the thing is, it's like you saw what happened to the cube. It just kind of it went dark.
Maybe there's a way to recharge it.
Maybe.
Okay.
I just don't know. We'd have
Who
to...
did y'all get the cube from in the first place?
Well, we were up in the like I said, we were up in the West Coast, northern California actually, and we're on vacation. And we ran into Hork-Bajir. But the thing is that we were hiking. Me and my sister, my parents were doing grown-up things in their vacation. We were hiking, and we ran into this. It was essentially a free colony of these aliens that you saw that weren't infested, and they were hanging out with, well, they were being protected by a bunch of kids. And when I say kids, I mean like we're teenagers. Like, these kids were like 14 years old. And they had an andalite with them. And andalites are what invented this technology, and he was able to give it to us. And it was our job to kind of move it out here and rendezvous with somebody in Mississippi to keep it moving. But not too long after we got back home, I don't know how it happened, but our parents got infested. I think it was at like a work event or something. My dad, he works for the mayor after all, and it was both of them got it, and we just couldn't let it happen. So we figured out where an entrance to the Yeerk pool was, and we were gonna get them out. We were all gonna escape together, but like I said, that plan didn't exactly work.
So who's this person in Mississippi? Would they know more? Would they be able to help us?
It's another kid.
Such decisions.
Yeah. It's just another kid.
I mean, do you have a way of contacting them?
Danielle had that information. I kind of just followed her lead. She's she was definitely the smarter one of the two of us.
I mean, I
Okay.
wasn't gonna say it, but since you brought it up,
So if she had that information, then they have it now.
Possibly, yeah.
Not to mention where they're. Oh, yeah.
I hate to
at
be
least
this
they don't
person.
know you.
I hate to be this person, but what's our plan, y'all?
Well, I think after a little discussion, seems like the plan, more or less, is to capture Dennis, starve him, get the Yeerk out, get whatever information Dennis knows, because if he's been awake the whole time, he's seen things. He might know some of the people in charge. Take his position, infiltrate the sharing, collect information, see who's in charge in those locations. Then we can repeat the process, try to get them separated, take their place, make a few appearances, and get out. No lingering, just making the appearance. Slowly free as many members as we can, collect intel from each of those freed members, and hopefully, ideally, we eliminate their pool.
This sounds great on paper. How are we gonna keep Dennis somewhere for 3 days?
I'm up in the deer blind
It's not just 3 days.
for a few
It's-
more weeks.
It's
Well-
forever.
Well, it's just until the thing dies, isn't it? Then he can be.
Then he's a
Dennis
target
can.
again.
If the thing dies and Dennis is free, but we have to restart this process over. We can't keep tying people up on the deer blind every time we need to starve a Yeerk out of them.
And if we're successful and he gets captured again,
They'll know
you would know it was us.
it's over.
Yeah, but right now we don't have any information. This was the only. At the very least, we need a place to start.
That's why we go to the meeting and we see who's leading that. It's safe to assume
Maybe
whoever's
somebody's
there is at least.
Maybe somebody's
Start
talking
with
at
the meeting.
Maybe
We'll go from
somebody's sorry. Maybe somebody is talking at the meeting. Maybe they know something about Danielle and where she's at.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking whoever's leading this meeting, this barbecue,
Hold
is
on.
going to be where we need to start.
Heather's gonna go over to her computer and she's gonna see if she can find a website for this organization.
Oh,
It's totally GeoCities, but you know.
or just an official website.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You can go on Ask Jeeves, and see what Jeeves has to say.
So after
It's
20
all
minutes
about dog pile. Thank you.
so after waiting 20 minutes for this page to load, what do we see?
Yeah, it's an official website, and it advertises it as an all-age secular mentorship program. Where kind of like the Big Brother program does, where young folk can find mentors to help them go to college, like to help them go to careers, that sort of thing. It's kind of like it advertises itself as almost a secular youth group sort of organization. And there is some of you and if you're looking particularly on the like some of the chapters in the South, like there's like different pages with the South, some of you would probably recognize that on some of the pages there is a pink triangle indicating that they are a safe space for the gay community.
Don't that beat all?
I told you, they're not going to care who you are or what you do. They just want you.
I mean, if they're taking over your brain, I guess that makes sense.
Not the best one to use as a safe space, though.
I think that I think our plan is sort of solid. I think we go to the barbecue tomorrow. We act normal, but keep our eyes open, eyes and ears.
Do we
Riley-
want to act like we know each other?
Y'all go to school.
I think
We-
it's important to stay as close as we can to watch those back. Riley, could you acquire another bird that's a little less majestic?
I could. This
To
was just what was available. I think I could get a crow.
if you could, while we're there, maybe fly around, keep an eye out for us, and with brain speak, let us know if anyone is sneaking up, trying to put a slug in our ear. I guess.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I can do that.
We can all meet up here afterwards. And
Sorry. One last thing. I open up my backpack and I take out the most beat up paint gun that I bought from a junkyard on the way here. We need to do something about Riley's car. And yeah, that's all I got
that's
to
your
say.
idea?
I think with that is a really good note to go ahead and wrap up this scene and this session. Because I'm assuming when we come back, we're gonna flavor that as a way to reduce heat as a downtime action. Yeah, that's what I was wondering if y'all were gonna feel up on that here. Feel up on that. Jesus Christ, Adrian. Anyway, so yeah, so let's go ahead and get through. I actually need to pull up the Headhunters PDF. So hopefully,
Come here, Stinky.
I can just scroll up on.
Look, I understand I need to take a bath. That's fine. Stop it, Nick.
No, this
You're
one.
embarrassing.
Cone
Yeah,
of shame. Cone of shame.
She's gonna get it off in a couple days.
No.
She's unhappy because she was at the vet today.
Poor baby.
Oh! I know your claw got stuck.
Oh, poor baby.
Fixed it.
Oh no, poor honey. All right, let's go ahead and look at. We'll do the XP. Y'all have not gotten any reputation or any heat or entanglements because of any of that. We'll say, because y'all were pretty fucking sneaky like the entire time. You were mostly a lot of free play and a lot of and each one downtime action. So when we come back next week, y'all will still have one downtime action to do either that evening or the day before, earlier that day during the barbecue. So before the barbecue that afternoon on Sunday. All right.
I will not be here next week. So if that happens, then Heather has to skip the barbecue because she's hungover.
Yeah, she might have something that she out of character that she has something to do. So not an issue.
Gotta work.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna pull this.
I won't be here either. What if Heather and Penelope go on their own little mission?
We're gonna go make out.
Ooh.
She told her mom she wasn't gonna.
I got cherry chapstick.
Oh, I got you. All right, so
Sorry, I'm terrible.
no, you are fine. All right, unique XP trait is when you play Headhunters, you earn XP when you eliminate key members of your forces, do harm to a visor, or eliminate the usefulness of a specific controller to the Yeerk invasion. The ultimate goal is to end the war by killing the leadership of the Yeerks. I don't think that y'all did that. And I don't think that y'all did that last week either. Not yet. Did you contend with challenges above your current station? We will say yes from last week easily. You have one from last week, no problem. At least I'll even give you 2 for that one. Easily, because y'all were definitely contending with shit over your current stations. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or developed a new one? I'm gonna say no, because people don't know that you as a crew exist just yet, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, they'd assume we were Dimitri's accomplices at the moment.
He is officially a cohort, by the way. If anyone can argue against that, that's okay. However, the last one, did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? I am going to definitely on Javier's part was definitely like, no, we need to like take Dennis out. Like, just like straight up going into there. So for sure there was that, but also suggesting to stake out the sharing. I would give y'all 2 for that one for sure. So y'all have 2 XP on your crew. So 4 total on your crew, and we'll pick those oh no. We'll pick your first ability here in a little bit for y'all to agree on. So let's do our just our cute little characters, our little team. Let's do our team. We're gonna go backwards on the sheet, and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, what's up, Prince? How you doing?" Let's
I
do
think I'm
your
doing pretty good.
Yeah, let's do your experience. No desperate actions. We didn't get into any of that. Did you tackle a challenge that keeps the group united and active against your foes?
I'm not sure how far you'd like to take keeping the group united, just trying to put together a plan, trying to
Yeah, I'll take
actually
it, yeah.
decide a target.
I mean, with the second part of that, the plan it definitely applies.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, coming up with a plan, I think on your end and showing like leadership capability is definitely a part of that. Yeah. So that's one for sure. Can you argue a second time you did any of that?
Maybe with trying to take the lead on reducing our heat, keeping us safe.
You're in line? Yeah. Nope, I'm here for it. Let's do it. That's 2. You got 2. I'll give you 2 for that one. All right. Did you
So
Mm-hmm.
my body is full.
Okay.
Wait,
That sounds
I
dirty.
have a lot of X's. Never
Yeah.
mind. I'm ready to take a point.
Yeah, take a point wherever you want in your body.
Which one is shooting things?
Finesse
Cool.
or hunt. So, but I would argue finesse would definitely be really good at shooting things.
I'm about to shoot some motherfuckers.
About to cap some. I'm about to phase gun some bitches. Like,
And they're just like, hold my bear.
yeah. Cool. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background at any point?
Not to the group, but
Yeah, that's fine.
heritage when I was transforming into Heather, just kind of having my own little existential moment. And
Yeah.
my motivations and drives, my mindset, I suppose,
Mhm.
when I was telling everyone that this is do or die. This is
Yeah.
the position we're in.
Yeah. I would even argue it's like these bitches are colonizers. Taking it
Yes.
like 100%. Like 100%. No. Yeah, 2 for that. Did you struggle with issues from your virtues or traumas during this time around? So your virtue is ambition.
Ambition.
Did you struggle with your ambition?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
despite there not being 100% everyone on board with everything, I think it's still pushing forward, and that's all he cares about is that we're making progress.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, you got a total of 4 on yours. So let's go to string 2, which I think is Heather. Okay. Heather, no desperate roles. Did you tackle a challenge with clever morphing or empathy at any point?
I mean, morphing the first time was a little weird.
I would
She
argue.
was smart enough to go in the other room and get on her knees and do all that instead of just doing it in front of the dog, traumatizing them.
I would also argue that Heather is the whole reason that Penelope transformed. She tackled that challenge by using empathy.
Yeah, she also
Can she
calmed
get-
you down.
Can she get a third one for that for that? Because
You
I
can only get 2 per prompt.
Because I was going to
Yeah.
also say her empathy for her puppers
It's true.
when it was going ballistic.
Yeah, two per prompt, right? With the exception of like desperate actions, it's every time you roll 1. So cool, no problem. All right. So did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background at any point?
I mean, let's be honest, she's kind of redneck, and she brought everyone out to the fucking woods.
The whole like strapping on your rifle. The other one I would like to say, when you were talking about maybe some people would like an alien inside of their brain.
I know I'd like some people better with an alien in their
Well,
brain.
all considering,
You know.
I would consider that with your background with your mom. So that's one for sure. I give you that one. Any other specific like very specific instances that you want to fight for that?
Dang it.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
Nah, I'm not thinking. Hold on.
Actually, wait. Your with your heritage back with your reluctance about going with the plan and what of being going to the barbecue and all that was definitely you expressing your drives and either beliefs or background, depending on how you want to call it.
Yeah, sure.
I think the calming Penelope down and telling her, you got to stay. You don't want to go to the crazy. Like that was a moment.
Yeah, that too for sure. Yeah, that too for sure. Yeah, like that's enough to argue that was at least a half for each one. So together that makes 1. So you have 2 altogether on that prompt. Did you struggle with issues from your virtues or traumas during this session? What's your virtue? You don't have it written down.
I don't think I have one yet.
You should definitely have one. How else are you supposed to reduce your stress?
Drinking.
So go ahead and choose a virtue then.
Okay, where do I find them?
Fun is a virtue.
Huh?
Drinking can be fun.
Fun is a virtue, yeah. Immersion, family, friendship, ambition. I think you actually have that family is yours, right? Did you struggle with your family? Nah. I don't think so. No struggles. So, yeah, you got a total of 4. You're good. Riley, it's your turn. Okay. Did you tackle a challenge with clever morphing or empathy this time around?
For empathy, I owned up to blowing up at Penelope and apologized.
Oh, you did. Yes. Yes.
And then Riley was reluctant, I think, acquiring that eagle. But part of the reason she did was to calm it down so it would stop flailing its broken wing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that counts as well.
Well, I would even say, like, when you did your whole, like, loop-de-loo to catch the bottle.
Oh yeah, the dive bomb. That was that was cool.
Clever. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely stole my heart too. That was
awesome.
So yeah, that's definitely 2. On that one. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background at any point?
I spent Saturday morning with my mom like I always do. Which is very important to her.
Yeah.
That's 1. The other one I was thinking about was how worked up and worried she was to the point of lashing out about her mom being in danger because of the heat on the car.
I would even say a little bit more than that was how you expressed you don't want to hurt an animal just to get its DNA.
Oh, I did say that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I caught that, and I was like, this is like an XP trigger. Like I felt like you were doing that on purpose. Like, so I would say that alone would count as well. So you easily have two in that one. Did you struggle with issues from your virtue or traumas during this session?
Possibly with virtue, and I'll lay this out and see
Okay.
what we think. So she was really struggling with the plan to like infiltrate and go after these lower members first, because all of the books she reads, games she plays, everything, it's all about you never, go after the minions. You always, the chosen group is always going after the leadership, fighting the big bosses, stuff like that. So I don't know if that counts.
Your virtue is immersion.
Yes. It's a stretch, I know.
That's a stretch, because I would say that like it'd be almost like you like to say like that you struggled with your virtue is that your virtue keeps you from doing the right thing for your team, right? Or
Okay.
obviously overindulging. But like if your immersion kind of causes a problem, and I don't see that your immersion caused a problem for anyone this time around. I will say
I can see that.
Cool. Okay, well, you did get a total of 4. Everyone's doing super well. The roleplay was so good today. I'm so proud of all of you. I love you so much. All right, our football player, sir, let's go. Did you tackle a challenge head on with righteous violence or fury?
Nah, not this time.
Not this time? Okay, you did not attack the dog after all.
Yeah.
I would have definitely counted that if you would have taken a moment to lash out at anyone as
I was if I wasn't calmed down, yes.
All right. Yeah, does anyone have anything to argue for him on this one, or do you think that he's good? Righteous violence or fury?
Does that have to be external? Because he was fighting the cat brain.
I mean, bringing Heather a beer was a very righteous action.
It was a righteous violence.
Trying, man.
Righteous is the adjective for it's like PIMDOS. It's righteous violence, righteous fury. Like it's like kind of thing. Good try though. That's okay.
Thank you. It's cool. I mean, it's the one thing of being the Battleborn. I get way more XP when I'm punching things.
Yeah. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background at any point?
That is where bringing the beer is, because
being able to snag some beer, in the because you're a football player and you have an in connection to cheap beer. Yeah, that's a good one.
Indeed. And also, I owed it.
Yeah, that's true.
I had declared I was bringing her a drink last time.
What about Tony's connection with Dennis? Like that's gonna be our in with Dennis.
It is
knows Dennis. Because of football bros.
It's part of your background.
Yeah, Dennis
it is part of my background. Yeah.
I'll give it to you. Why not?
I mean, I would, to further go, that is the reluctance to actually be like, no, he's definitely connected or brainwashed, but sadly that is not Tony. He's not going to be like, nah, you're evil now.
Yeah. All right, cool. I think that bringing up your friend is part of your background. So yeah, we'll do it. We'll give you 2 for that one. Do you struggle with issues from your virtues or traumas during this session?
That's next session. Definitely will be causing issues because of me going off and having fun.
Yeah, I mean, you did mention football practice, but you didn't choose football practice over your buds. So over meeting, over the trauma, not the game mechanic trauma, just the literal trauma that y'all experienced just last night. All right, cool beans. So you get 2 today.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, you get 2 today. All right, last but not least, let's get to our Joker. All right, friend. Okay. Did you tackle a challenge while ensuring the group remains in good morale or rationale?
I think that her like being very sorry about what she did to Riley's car was a way to like make sure that Riley stayed in good morale as much as possible to keep the group together.
Cool. Yep, I'll argue that's a really good one.
And then maybe her being like, fuck it, I'm gonna transform, and like, you know, just taking Heather's advice was maybe a boost to the rest of the group.
That was a moment.
Yeah,
That
I
was
can
a
even
moment.
argue, just in case you don't want to, maybe if that goes into like your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background, I could even say that you making sure Dimitri had a place and asking him if he wanted to go with you is also a way.
I think that one is more in my beliefs, drives, and background because she's such like a friendly person.
Yeah, and Dimitri is a part of your group. He's your
Mhm.
Nothlet, so he's your Joker turned Nothlet, actually. So Danielle was definitely the prince. So yeah, cool. There you go. There's 2 for that one. Or well, that one was with
That'll be
belief
3
drive.
total.
That's 3 total so far. Cool.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
I got you on that one. Do you have another one with your belief, drives, heritage, or background? Do you think that you can argue for?
I think that her being so open about Heather being gay is her own. That's her own belief thing. She's not judging Heather at all.
It's like, Mama, you told me Jesus is the only one that can judge.
You did that one real good.
You did that one
by the
real
by.
good.
That was as someone who's gone through that particular argument with a Catholic mother, that is
100% take it. Take that one for sure. Did you struggle with issues from your virtues or traumas? Virtuous friendship. Did you struggle with your friendship?
I don't think so. I think everyone's pretty tight right now.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so you have 4 total, friend. And and with that, we're going to go ahead and now end the session today. Thank you, everyone, for coming and showing up as normal. The rest of the week that goes as far as on this channel. Tomorrow you can join us again at 1 p.m. PDT for some more Forged in the Dark hacks as we go through Nightmares at the Frontier, which is chaotic bisexual heisting in the wild fantasy west. And it's great. Like, we're... That game's horny on main, and we have no shame about it. But and then hopefully Friday, we will be back at noon Pacific Daylight Time for our Coriolis camp reign Tenebris. We have lost a cast member due to just real life circumstances, but not this week, but next week we'll be getting a guest cast with us. So tune in for that, and then hopefully again we will be back on Saturday. We've taken almost a month break from these 2 just because of like schedules colliding. We will be back with Emberwin, which is our all fem Emberwin campaign called The Ghost of Axios, ran by my really good friend Amani over at MCatter Dev. And then you can see my face both Saturday night over on Weave the Tale as I get to play my little Canadian redneck in the Fallout, the 2D20 Fallout by Modifius. We only have 2 episodes left of that. I'm returning for that one. And then on Sunday, premiering on Eva Saret. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce their channel. We're starting a campaign of Monster Hearts where I'm playing a Gorgon, who is also like a basketball star at sports camp. So because we're doing Monster Hearts summer camp version, and it's gonna be fantastic and wonderful. I'm very excited to be a part of this group. So everyone else, go in that opposite direction in which we came. Where can we find you on the internet in the next 7 days? What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. Nothing. This is the only stream I'm focused on. All my other stuff is real life. If anybody happens to enjoy conventions, MechaCon Omega, the last MechaCon, is next weekend in New Orleans. I know. It's get this, the last day of the last MechaCon is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
My birthday.
Yes.
But
happy
if
birthday.
anyone's there and wants to talk gaming, I will be wandering around, or I will be working with Metcore Entertainment, teaching people how to pilot giant robots.
Nice.
On my not oft checked internet things, usually Inky Phoenix, all one word, or Inky Phoenix with a underscore where it's intelligently applicable. Sorry guys, I'm not that interesting.
Lies.
Oh, that's not true.
Yeah.
You can find my wife on Revenge of the Gith, coming in a couple months.
In September. October.
October.
When this is done. Like,
You'll get one of us at any point in given
at any
time.
point in time. Yeah. There we
Oh,
go.
it works.
Awesome sauce. Yeah. Next.
Yeah, so you can find me on social media, specifically just mostly Twitter is what I use. It's at Cryptid Delta. And I do a bundle of things because I always have too many projects going on at one time. But you can, if you look for on itch.io, you can look up Terra Maya. It's a tabletop game I created from scratch. And on any podcast app or on YouTube, if you look up Judging Nerd Culture, you can see and listen to me and my wife talk about really dumb things for like an hour. We just decided who is the best Disney boyfriend based on all of the princes. And
So what's the answer?
Yeah, do we get a spoiler?
Do you have spoilers?
Sure. Sure. I'll tell you who came in second place. It was
Okay.
Milo from Atlantis.
Yes, I feel
That
that.
makes me really think about who number one is, because Milo is bae.
He is bae. He is bae.
He's smart. He's sensitive. He's cute in an awkward, nerdy way.
But here's the thing.
Mhm.
He doesn't fuck.
Hmm.
He makes love. Which is fine.
Aw.
But yeah, that's what I do. I'm working on a bunch of other stuff. I'm trying to update Terra Mahia every month or so, and I'm trying to start an actual play podcast. But that's in the future, maybe later.
Cool beans.
Think I'm next.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Katie. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Katie Face. I'm a producer and community manager, social media manager for Off the Table. That's off_the table on Twitter and Twitch. You can find me in our shared podcast, Missing Annie Lee with Salty Sweet Games. If you like it and Twin Peaks, it's a podcast told in two separate arcs with some returning and missing cast members with two different GMs. It was really labor of love, and it's all out, so you can binge to your heart's content and get spooked. And it's a very spooky podcast using the Fear Itself program. But yeah, anything that I do, I post about on my Twitter. So hopefully you can follow me there and keep up with what I'm up to.
Awesome.
Next, I'm at fell_strike on Twitter and Twitch. Not that I really do much on Twitch myself, but you know, it's there. We've kind of been having some hiccups for the game I'm normally in on Fridays. So I'm not quite sure if it's returning this week or not. But if it is, you can find out on my Twitter.
All right, cool.
I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. I'm an LGBTQA+ advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer. So if any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. On Sundays, every other Sunday, I'm over on Guild of the Phoenix playing Cyberpunk Red, which is a lot of fun. Have a couple one-shots coming up soon on TPK Roleplay, and then 2 more projects that I can't talk about yet, but they're with some really amazing people. So follow me on Twitter to see where those pop up at.
Awesome sauce, everyone. And with that, we're going to go ahead and raid my good friend Draku, who I've GM'd this game for. They just happened to be a crew out in Austin, Texas, instead of here in Louisiana during actual life. But my friend Draku is playing some Destiny 2, and we're going to go show them some love. So go ahead, wave bye. See you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.